second time in a row. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second game of the night. This one is going to be a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game run by our very own Cody, who you can see on the screen in the yellow shirt waving at you right now.
He's
we
not
are
waving, but
the.
okay.
But he was.
Oh, okay.
You looked down, sir.
Oh, no.
So we are the One Drop for Flint crew. You can find us anywhere under the One Drop for Flint name. And my name is Hobert, aka the Friendly Dungeon Master. But I will not be dungeon mastering this game tonight. I am playing Aishu, Dragonborn Barbarian. And Aishu uses she, her pronouns, and I use he, him pronouns. And we're just going to keep the introductions rolling down to, let's go with D.
Hi there. My name is DeForest. I don't know if it still says DeFrost. I don't care, whatever you want to call me. Tonight, I will be playing as Rosie Everlove, High Elf Wizard of the Conjuration School. And they doesn't really care what pronouns he uses, but mostly it's he, him.
All right. Let's go to Hannah next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. I am the One Drop for Flint creative director. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Tabelda, also known as Belle, who is a treasure hunter who also uses she, her pronouns.
Alrighty. And then let's go to JJ.
I'm JJ. You see him pronouns. Tonight I'll be playing Garrison Flint Dancer, the Mark of Making Human Artificer, which I have no idea what I'm doing with this character.
That'll be good. Yeah. We just played an entire game where we didn't know what we were doing, so
yeah,
we'll figure it works out. All right, and then lastly but not leastly, Megan.
Hello, my name is Megan, and I will be visiting and playing with you all today as Muesli Harrington III, a Tabaxi wizard, retired military. He, him pronouns for him.
Alrighty. And so if you've been following the Twitter thread, you will notice that we are down one Nate, aka Hexlix. Nate was not feeling well, so they bowed out. Megan is pinch hitting for us. So send some love to Nate, and yeah, hopefully they feel better soon. So, Cody, take it away.
All right. The city of Plumewell. Some of you have been here. For many others, it is only heard of. It is religiously strict, a heavily militant location that has kept both itself and the surrounds policed, protected, controlled. They are heavy-handed and tend to be rather brusque when it comes to negotiations from other kingdoms or other cities about land or trade routes or anything even remarkable, like anything resembling peaceable trade. They have a very stern opinion on it. It is, they will trade with you if you believe in one of their religious beliefs, and if you don't, they will not. They have not gone to open war with the rest of the country yet, but there have been talks. All of this is Plumewell as you know it. But there is something that is not widely known, something that is not widely talked about with Plumewell, is that there is a space at the end of one year and at the beginning of the next. It is a place of lawlessness, of hedonism, of freedom. It is a release for the people of Plumewell. A 1 week where no laws and no religion can keep them down. The gods are not watching. Divine powers of rangers, paladins, clerics, druids are not available. Something is blocking them. Something is keeping those abilities out of reach. And so it is taken as a sign that we are unviewed, untethered, free. The streets are full of people doing what they want. The laws have been suspended, and this happens every year for beyond memory. Usually it lasts about 7 days, rung in and rung out by a bell at the top of the Church of Volk, a patron saint of Bahamut. Something's wrong. The bell rang, ringing in this week of joy. But it has not rung again. It is past 7 days, past 8, past 9. It has been 13 days since that bell has rung. There is no divine power in the area. No people here who can use the force of will of Bahamut or any of his saints. The people are unchecked, uncontrolled, and the other cities in the area are starting to take notice. The walls of the city are grand, 6 stories at least, higher in some places. Turrets and battlements set in regular intervals, controlling them. Massive gates, 30, 40 feet tall, made out of solid oak, banded with steel, now open, left and abandoned, no guards, no outpost. And the streets are full. People gathering, laughing, singing, crying out in joy. There's music, there are drums and harps and guitars. There is great choruses of people lining the streets and proclaiming their joy, their freedom. People dancing, people hand in hand walking down the streets, people embraced in passion, in broad daylight. As you walk closer to the Grand Cathedral at the center of the city, people are overjoyed mostly, but there are pockets, fights that break out and then immediately are swallowed by the rest of the crowd. A man lying in a gutter with his head beaten in, his wife holding him, a man over him with a length of pipe just blank, lost. There is no law here anymore. And many people are starting to realize that there might never be law again. And the thought of no repercussions when the week is over is finally starting to take its toll. The cathedral is lightly armed. There are men and women armed and armored. They stand at the front and side entrances to the cathedral. It is a beautiful building, 4 stories tall, made out of platinum, gold, and silver, around massive wooden battlements. It is surrounded by ovular paving stones, and you are immediately taken by a young woman inside, upstairs into a small chamber. You were let in with 2 more armed guards. Notably, they do not have any religious insignia on them. Instead, anybody who wishes to, if you wouldn't mind rolling me a history check.
15.
15?
24.
That is going to be an 11 for me.
So whopping 7.
Got you. And JJ, you said 4?
24.
24, much better. 4. JJ, DeForest. They are bearing an insignia that you've seen previously. It is a wyvern with a pair of crossed axes behind it. It is a military corps. It is, for want of a better term, a mercenary corps. It seems that they've taken over the royal/celestial guard for the moment. And in the center of the room is a large man, bald, large ears, heavily tattooed across the face, over the eyebrows, under the eyes, across the cheeks, down the jowls. He's heavy, a paunch, large meaty hands covered in rings. He appears to be Goliath in nature, as he stands around 7.5 feet tall. He sits in a large wooden chair, intricately decorated, ornate, arms folded over his stomach. He smiles wanly as your group enters. Hello. It's good to see you. I assume you are the group we were looking for, the people who were willing to go to the church for us.
All right, then. Well, if no one else is going to speak, I suppose I will. I'm in for the money, so sure, if we're going to the church, then we're going to the church.
Perfect. Yes. First, before we discuss any of that, would any of you like refreshments? We have coffee, we have tea, we have wine. Due to the nature of the week, unfortunately, if you have any other singular vices you would like to enjoy, we can supply you with that as well.
I'll take your strongest beer.
We can do that.
I'll take a snifter or two of wine.
Indeed, wine would be greatly appreciated. Purrs a little.
Coffee, 2 lumps, please.
Yes.
Coffee's fine.
Then he waves his hands, and it's provided for you, as well as comfortable seating, lounge chairs. There is one love seat pulled in, all overstuffed and very comfy.
Rosie will occupy the entirety of the love seat.
Do any of them accommodate a tail?
Multiple of them do, actually.
All right. I'll choose the least soft.
Fair enough. There's actually quite a few as you were going through the streets. Dragonborn presence in the city is very common, especially of the metallic variety. You probably would have noticed that. As you all sat down, recompense for your assistance. We have planned. We can offer each of you for this deed that you're going to be performing 2,000 gold apiece up front.
I dropped my coffee.
And,
I'm sorry, come again. Did you say 2,000?
Yes, is that not enough?
No, not nearly.
We will raise it. Fear not. What we can do is, as well, is that, because obviously mercenaries of your caliber wouldn't be bought with just coin. So we're willing to offer you, once this solution has prevented itself and order has been returned to the streets, we are going to be giving you each a divine boon. A favor from the church to be redeemed however you may see fit once this is concluded. And as for the upfront payment, let's say 3,000 gold and another 1,500 once it's completed.
Meow, we're talking.
I suppose that will suffice.
Sounds like a plan.
It's each, right?
Yes, each, of course.
I'm in.
Perhaps an additional stipend could be provided. My material components are not cheap.
I do understand, believe me. I have to resurrect people. What material components do you desire? If you leave a list with us, we will have them purchased for you.
Very well, I will.
But enough with the formalities. Let us talk together, you and I, is to be honest about what we need and what's been going on. We fear, as we've had zero contact with the monks of the church, that something nefarious has befallen them. Something unintended. we fear that it might have been an accident or perhaps foul play. We need that bell to be rung again. But without it, there will be no divine magic in the area, and it is something we rely on as a people fairly heavily. You understand.
Just throwing this in very, very quickly. Thank you so much to Melanie for donating $100. Hopefully you're watching the stream and can hear our thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bless wow, you, thank you.
lady.
That's awesome. So that brings our known total up to $535 as a
Awesome.
known total.
Nice.
Now that's just since like we've been keeping track, and based on the total we were given earlier, I'm not sure if that's all come from people watching the stream or from Twitter. But regardless, in the time that we've been going, this event has been going, that's the amount. So
That's
is
awesome.
wonderful.
that's awesome. Back to
If
the
you don't mind, I'm just going to take over again. There is talks of some uprising in the streets, the removal of the cathedral in its entirety. And clearly, not only would this not work, but it would result in a great deal of bloodshed, which we would like to avoid. Is there any questions you have for me? We have the location. By the way, we have a map for you. And one of the women comes up and presents a map of the area. With the church is marked. It is maybe an hour's ride outside the city walls.
Will transportation be provided?
You will be provided with a carriage with horses. Is that okay?
Suffices for me.
Will there be a wet bar?
We can provide one for you.
I ask that you do.
This muse is most disturbing. I do wonder, have you any reports of anything at all, large or small, happening out of the ordinary prior to this distressing turn of events?
The chamberlain of the church, the individual who takes care of the maintenance and care, had sent me a letter recently about a upsurge of rats. He said that they needed an exterminator out there immediately, as that there was a great deal of scratchings and nibblings inside the walls. But other than that, nothing from the area. Obviously, this is something we prepare for. We have had the wyverns hired for the better part of a month in preparation, but they weren't intended to be working with us this long. Any other questions?
Other than I think we should get going. Going to handle the problem in a timely manner.
Yes, let's get underway.
Are we not going to introduce ourselves then, or is that saved for the road?
Saving it for the road.
If that was in character. We've been traveling together for quite some time.
That doesn't mean I know you.
That's fair. I don't know why I'm going.
If there's no other questions, you are bundled up, escorted downstairs to a large gilded carriage, the front of which has been garishly just adorned with a massive platinum dragon, claws outstretched, wings spread. Obnoxious. There is a young boy, maybe 16 years old, human, slicked back hair, very nice suit. He sits straight back with the reins in his hands with a smile on his face. The doors are opened. It is spacious as far as carriages go. You could fit maybe 10 people in here.
Perfect. As per usual, Rosie will take a window seat and throw their boots upon the seat next to them and just lounge.
Of course. There you see that this did not come with a wet bar initially, but they have placed a cart in the center of all the seats, enough leaving you some leg room, but it is full of wines, beers, whiskeys.
Just wine will do.
Oh, Aishu was knocking them back.
Can I ride up front with the driver?
You can.
I'm gonna ride up front with the driver.
Excellent choice. Eshu, would you roll me a Constitution saving throw for this?
Indeed, I shall.
Excellent. And while we do that, as you
Not
exit
very
the
good.
city walls and begin to roll past the countryside, the hills, and the farmsteads, would anybody like to begin describing themselves?
Sure. So real quick, does the cart have like a flat top?
No, it's actually raised.
No, I mean the wet bar.
Ah, yeah.
Then after about half a glass of wine, Rosie, who is in tight underclothes, very tight, very complimentary trousers of a kind of almost a sunflower yellow, with a billowy kind of piratey tunic, all underneath a heavy coat with long, flowing, pointed tails and wizards. I don't really know a better term for it, like wizard sleeves, the large triangular sleeves that are slit up to the shoulder, so they just kind of hang at his sides. He does also, however, wear a ridiculous, oversized, like wizard's cap. It's the wide brim comes out beyond his shoulders. It's almost like an umbrella with a pointed top that slouches down at the top, held down by a petrified beetle. The coat robe is like almost purple. There are patches of green where the color seems to be lifted or bleached, and it is embroidered with silver paisley. He has a bound book brightly painted on his side, and a satchel of things at his hip. And while he's sitting, I don't know why I've forgotten. Very sharp features, very long ears, very long hair. His hair comes down. It's tied off about mid back, so it kind of bunches and then into a fine ponytail. Comes down to about mid thigh for him, and it is strawberry blonde, almost ginger. And he's just going to be during most of this ride, while enjoying his cup of his glass of wine, going to place a brass bowl down, put some charcoal and incense in it, and he's going to sit and perform a ritual while they are on the journey. And cast Find Familiar. Oh, that's it. I'll tell. When he's finished, it's all consumed out of the smoke. A beetle, a rhinoceros beetle, about the size of a large rat or a small puppy, appears and just kind of hummingly glides, sits on his shoulder. Its horn pressing the brim of his hat up as he introduces Marigold. And that's Rosie.
All right, I guess I'll introduce Garrison next. Garrison's kind of a big guy. Although he's big, he's not very strong. He's actually kind of weak. He's got brown, kind of balding in the front hair with a handlebar mustache. His eyebrows are missing from failed experiments trying to create and invent. You know, his face is pockmarked from explosions and whatnot. He's got a brown leather, almost like a blacksmith's, I guess, tunic with brown leather gloves. Perched upon his left shoulder, it looks like a small cannon attached to his shoulder, like a metallic cylinder. And curled up in his lap is appears to be a metallic Pomeranian. who is his steel defender named Pookie. So as he's sitting in front of the carriage, riding along with the driver here, he's kind of just gently stroking Pookie and taking in the scenery and sipping his coffee, which he fetched from the interior.
We appreciate Pookie.
Yes, we love Pookie in this house. Cody, how did an 11 con save do?
My friend, how do you feel? And be honest with me.
I feel a bit tipsy. Not gonna lie.
Well, we're gonna make it really easy. We're not gonna make you smash drunk, but you are inebriated.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna say that dexterity checks, not saving throws, dexterity checks are gonna be made at disadvantage.
That's okay.
For now.
So I guess I'll go ahead and describe Aishu, since once getting a little tipsy, she is very chatty with anyone who will listen. Not about anything really important in particular. It's just stories from gladiator fights and bar fights and street fights, a lot of fights. That's mostly what her stories are. She is a very tall, white-scaled dragonborn, and so she stands probably about 6'7" or so. And she's hefty, but she is powerfully built. Looks very strong, thick muscles, but she also looks like she indulges, but carries a glaive, a very sharp and well-honed glaive, and a great axe strapped across her back, and a crossbow that hangs at her side, and a boomerang that hangs at her other side. She has a lot of weapons.
Is it one of the 3-tiered boomerangs?
I am not familiar. I was just thinking.
They're popular children's toys, like back in 2011. But like it's a boomerang with like the cross, but then there's another one coming out for balance. Just make them bladed. And it's a wheat.
Yeah, sure. I like that. I didn't know about that. So yes, definitely. Her face is heavily scarred from being punched in it repeatedly. She has a long scar that goes in classic like Dragon Ball Z fashion across one eye, across the right eye, that begins here and then like finishes here. But
does it break the eyebrow ridge? This is an important question.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. It is baby smooth right there. Like very, very thin. And yeah, she is ungloved and I believe also unarmored. I don't think I gave her any armor. Yeah. She is unarmored, so she's just dressed in simple clothes. And you can see the knuckles are also heavily scarred. Claws are a bit jagged and broken. And she is barefoot. Bare taloned, bare clawed.
Barefoot.
Yeah.
Bear claws.
And she has a for a dragonborn with a tail, it's relatively long, and like for her frame, it's also a little thin. But it like kind of like curls around her as she sits, and she has the tip of it in her lap. That's Aishu.
Alrighty.
Well, it's very, very much enjoying the ride so far. This is real good. It's a good ride. I don't know why I'm going walking with this, but I'm gonna lead into it. Why not?
Do it.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna go next.
Yeah.
So, Tabelda Nask did not get into the stagecoach. She is hanging on the side, kind of taking lookout, taking watch, with her feet planted on the standard ladder of sorts that gets added to the back of most coaches. she's kind of like half hanging with her hand crossbow in her hand, like ready to fuck shit up if she has to.
Orders.
Language, madam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
PG-13. That's our one.
Yep.
As your one, you use the F-bomb.
Listen.
I love you.
Disclaimer publicly. We are typically a mature stream, so I apologize in advance.
We do our best. We're gonna try our best.
But she has like Sicilian, naturally tan skin, with white hair that is pulled back against her skull into a high ponytail that hangs at about mid back. Her outfit is entirely like black leathers, strapped around her, like a lot of buckles and whatnot going on.
It's a Final Fantasy character.
She's got like very like strong shoulders. It looks like they put shoulder pads into her clothes. Listen, she's a queen. She's ready to slay. Okay. And yeah, she's like got this pants situation where like the pants be in very Final Fantasy fashion just kind of become the boots. It just happens. You're not sure where the seam is.
Hidden somewhere in the buckles and belts,
Yeah.
there's a seam.
Listen, you know she just looks really good. She looks cool, okay? Yeah, she's always kind of got like a smolder. She has naturally cat-like shaped eyes, but she always looks incredibly irritated with everything around her. She is a treasure hunter, however. So there are bits and bobbins here and there where it's like that thing that she's wearing, like her earrings or things like that, you can tell are worth more than what we are being paid for this job.
And Megan.
Right. So here's the thing about Mr. Muesli Harrington. Major Muesli is a retired army veteran. He is of a high rank. Tabaxi, always well groomed. Looks like he's forever going to old war veterans galas and parties. He's dressed to the nines. As today, he is wearing his dress uniform. He's got every single medal he's ever won in his life on it, pinned on it. As he gets into the carriage, much like when they were given the overstuffed fluffy chairs, he extends one paw onto the soft, cushy surface and kneads it ever so slightly before sitting down. Curls his tail around, crosses one leg over the other, engages in conversation with other ragged fighters of battles such as himself. He would easily be chatting up Ishu and maybe Garrison. Although he's going to side eye that dog Pookie hard. Like doesn't trust the metal dog.
All right. As you roll through the countryside, the clouds are starting to get dense. Black thunderheads rolling overhead, and you hear thunder in the distance. As the hour trails on, the two of you who had decided to stay outside, as well as the driver, notice that it is starting to rain as you approach the outskirts of the town. Thick drops start to hit your shoulders and the tops of your head and the top of the carriage. But there's something wrong. As the drops fall, the smell hits you first. This thick, metallic smell. And as they hit your bare skin or the armor in front of you in your hands or chest, it's red. As the rain begins to come down harder, there's no real denying it. Starts to rain blood. Heavy. Splatters on the road, on the carriage. The driver, his eyes widen and his grip whitens around the reins. But he is a professional. He says nothing. And with that, you approach the outskirts of the town surrounding the church of Volk. It is broken. Windows shattered. Doors and stoops crooked. There are buildings that look like they were torn apart. There are no bodies, but no people. It is abandoned. Cobblestones are uneven and already stained a slick red as the rain begins to pick up even more. And standing in this dark red light, like a hunched crone in the center of the city, is the church. The bell tower, standing proud on its left side. It is Puritan by the look of it, by our standards. It is white slats stained red, steep roof, black tiles. And it is the only building that seems mostly unharmed, unentered, undefiled. As you approach, the rain picking up, it begins to pool at the sides of the road. Starts to fill the gutters. It's starting to wash across the pavement, and the cobblestones. It's starting to flood. And as you approach, you see that while the church itself is on a hill, the grounds around it are dipped. They are low. And you see that they have already begun to fill. Deep, swirling waters, whirls and eddies, grass and dirt floating, dipping beneath the surface and coming back up a couple feet away. The cart comes to an abrupt stop. As surrounding this church now is a thick, pulpy moat of blood. Only the people on the outside of the cart know what's going on. The people on the inside, you hear the cart stop, and you hear that it is raining.
I'm going to kind of hold my hands out like I'm collecting the rainwater and kind of examining it. And I'm going to look over to the driver and say, is this normal? Does this happen a lot around here?
No, sir. No, it is not. I would like to go home now, please.
I take it this is our stop then.
Yes, please.
All right. I'll kind of step down and I'll whistle for Pookie. And then I'll knock on the carriage and kind of yell into the inside and say, "We're here."
They come out.
Well, hearing that it's raining, I use one of my fancy conjuration features. I'm going to use minor conjuration, conjure an umbrella. It had to be like this. It couldn't have been a beautiful sunny day. And open the door, lead with the umbrella, step outside.
I'll just step outside. Well, that's odd. That normally only happens when I'm fighting.
It is coming down heavily. It is starting to pool at this point. It is flowing from the gutters and the rest of the town towards the church.
Shall we?
I
Let's.
suppose so. How do you all intend to cross this?
Carefully.
You're just going to hop right in like you were visiting the swimming hole from your youthful days.
Also, worth noting, the cart has immediately begun to get out of here, but it is a large, large carriage, and it is 4 large Shire horses. It is doing a 64-point turn.
As it's trying to go away, I'm going to try to collect some alcohol from the interior, and then that's fine. Go right ahead.
He's gonna keep trying to get out of here.
I'll say,
I'm not
wait,
stopping them.
my good man, and I'll flip him a gold coin.
He'll take it. He'll go to thank you, and then he'll look at the blood-stained coin in his hand and be like, "That's a bad sign. I wish you luck."
Well, how deep are these waters?
At this point, they're about 3.5 feet.
Oh, yeah, I'll just start walking through it.
Got you.
I just got these boots treated.
Would you like me to carry you? I'm very strong.
Sure, I'll even share my umbrella with you.
Fantastic. Well,
Fireman style. No chance to.
Yeah. No
Aside.
dignity.
White scales stained red.
Yep.
It is going to be a fairly heavy flow. You're going to have to fight through as it is starting to pick up speed and a little bit of current.
That's fine.
Okay. Is anybody else going to be going through?
Is there any way to spot where it might be shallower than other places?
That's a good question. Why don't you roll me a perception check?
16?
16? Okay. Yes. It looks like if you pull a little bit to the east, it looks like that was a little bit of higher ground. You might be able to make it through a little easier.
How much further out of the way is it?
Like maybe a minute walk.
I'll kind of stop and I'll say, gentlemen, ladies, if you please, if we walk about a minute that way, it's a little bit shallower. We won't have to struggle through the depths of this water.
In that case, Ashu, would you mind rolling me an athletics check?
No, I don't mind at all. Hold on. Or did I close my character sheet? Are you serious? No, I didn't. Cool. All right. What was the roll again? Sorry. What was the roll again, Cody?
Just athletics.
Athletics. Okay. Ooh, 17.
And I don't suppose I
17?
can assist from my position, can I?
Not really. No,
Yeah,
you're
it's
actually
okay.
an active detriment.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, it is. As you start pulling your way through, very little problems. As you start to hike up your knees, holding your fine friend up above the water. It is very much military unit holding your bag above your head, crossing the water. It's
have this small elf man kind of in the fetal position with an umbrella
yeah.
held above your head.
And as everyone else starts heading the other way, I need you to roll me as you decent athletics check. You make it a good way across the water, about halfway. I need you to make me another one.
Oh, that's not nearly as good. That is gonna be a 2. No, a total of 8. Sorry, I rolled a 2. I got an 8 total. Still bad.
All right, not a problem.
Can I cast Enlarge on him?
You're a little bit of a distance away, unfortunately. You've spent about two rounds moving away.
Excuse me, her, by the way.
Ashu, you are starting to struggle a little bit. The water's starting to go a little higher. The flow is starting to get a little heavier. It is pouring down over the two of you, hitting the umbrella very hard, and the wind is starting to pick up, almost plucking it out of your hands, Rosie. And
I'm not letting. Well, I could just summon another one. Never mind.
yeah, and as you feel like you can make it. You feel like you're making decent progress. The end is in sight, and you feel something grab your ankle.
Me? Or
No.
okay.
It's you.
I was about to say.
Oh, that's not good.
As you feel that you've slowed, that you can't make as much progress, you start to feel hands, many hands start to grab the ankle, the calf, the knee, and start to try and pull you down. I need you to roll me an acrobatics check, which is at disadvantage because you are drunk.
Oh, fantastic. Acrobatics is my favorite stat.
My favorite thing to do.
Actually, I'm not bad at it, but that was a bad roll, so that's an 8 again.
Both of you dip into the water.
As soon as I start to fall, how far am I from the other side?
You're like 20 feet.
Benign transposition when teleport.
Sure.
It's 30 feet.
You bamf immediately.
Thanks for leaving me.
Thick. It is the island surrounding the church is starting to dissipate. It's getting smaller as the waters rise. And you turn behind just to see under the water as Eshu goes down. Everyone else, you've arrived at the smaller location now. The location where it's not quite as wide across and it's a little shallower, although the water is still water. It's still rising. You didn't hear any kind of shouts or anything, so.
Muesli's gonna look around and just be like, oh dear. I beg your pardon, everyone. It seems we've lost or misplaced a compatriot. Oh dear.
Yeah. Will fish out from his pocket a glove, just a white satin glove, put it on, and then quickly remove it and cast Mage Hand. And see if I can assist in pulling my draconic friend at least a little bit. It can only carry 10 pounds, so it can only do a little bit. But...
Yeah, well, hold on. We'll get back to that. Everyone else, are you crossing at this smaller crossing?
Yeah. Running as fast as we can through the shallower bit.
Is that the agreement for everybody?
That's what Belle's doing.
Muesli would resist now that he sees the party member is missing, especially since it's the one that he was talking up the most.
That's entirely valid. That person is missing, and now you see a mage hand trying to dip into the water.
Yeah. It also seems a little hesitant. It's that kind of like trying to use just your fingers, kind of.
It's like, water. Oh, I don't want to touch. Well, he can also cast Mage Hand, so yeah, he'll also cast it and just be like,
you're a little more than 30 feet away.
Well, crud. Never mind.
It's entirely up to you guys what you're gonna do. But cutting back to Eshu, you as you go under, you feel the hands dragging you down beneath, and as you look around, you start to see the faces. Gaunt, drawn, pale, large eyes, black with sideways eyelids. Just staring, slowly blinking. Mouths
Do I recognize them?
Open. Roll me an Arcana check.
I'm going to stop using these dice. That's my third roll below a 5. Arcana, that's a -1. So that's a dirty 1, sir.
Dirty 1.
A dirty
Good idea.
1.
All right, so that is, they are creepy. They kind of remind you of ghouls a little bit. But as they draw, they attempt to claw at you underneath the water, and can't get past the thick, heavy scales of your shoulders and arms as they roll a 2.
Oh, thank goodness.
It is your turn again. I'm going to need you to roll me an athletics check to break out of this.
Hey,
Yep. All right.
Can
Die hard. Come on.
assist?
Oh, wait, no, actually. I'm going to use Hannah's favorite D20.
Nice.
No.
Well, I'm not rolling against you. It's okay. It's a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
So disadvantage doesn't matter.
Hey, okay, you are
Oh, let's see if I
dragged.
get double ones. Hold on. Let's see if that 1 explodes. Oh my God, it did.
Really?
Wow.
It's-
That's
I'm
what I
here.
get. That's what I get for making that joke.
Because I'm here.
So we're not going to count it as double one.
Oh,
'cause
come
that's
on.
ridiculous.
Come on. Let's do it.
No.
I
However,
drowned.
you
End
are-
of game.
You feel yourself hit the bottom of this fresh moat, and you feel as the hands start to drag you down into the mud and seemingly try to pull you beneath the moat. You're drowning. You are now holding. You didn't really get a chance to really hold your breath before you went down here. So the clock is ticking. Everyone else, everybody who's trying to make this pass across the river, please roll me athletics checks.
Okay, if I beam it, like she's deliberately trying to like lunge, can I roll acrobatics?
I will make you a deal.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? If you are going to actively try and lunge, I'll let you count it as an acrobatics check if you are going off the shoulders of one of your other companions. But if you fail that acrobatics check, you're both going down.
Never mind.
Let you do it.
Rosie's
up to
just
you.
stood at the door with his umbrella, just like, why is it taking so long?
Do we get advantage for taking the shallow part?
Yeah. No, you're taking the shallow part. We'll say it's advantage. Yeah.
In that case, 16.
Easy. Easy peasy. The hands are distracted.
Have we even noticed that the
At this point, I assume Meowly has said something.
Yeah, Muesli said something as soon as he noticed. And then Rosie cast Mage Hand, but that didn't work out so good. And he hasn't figured out where she's gone at all. So like he's just started exploring the water, basically. He's not even gone in yet. He's just kind of looking.
Got you. But yeah, the rest of you are aware. With the rolls that you guys got, you got about halfway across with that. There's no hands, nothing like that. They are distracted. Eshu. They are. Does a 12 hit your AC?
It does not.
They are clawing at your throat and your face, but they can't get past your heavy scales, and you snap out with your teeth and manage to remove a couple fingers from one of them. It recoils in shock and pain. You're still held at the bottom of this river of blood. What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm trying to get back to the surface, of course. There's air up
What's the
there, and I
plan?
need it.
Just straight athletics checks aren't working.
Then I will. So I'm being held by these hands.
Yes, they seem to be pulling you into the mud underneath.
I mean, I have my glaive, and it has a 10-foot reach. So can I just like swipe it around, like kind of swipe it in an arc?
Sure. You're underwater, and it's not an easy weapon to use underwater. So we'll
nope.
make it with disadvantage, but let's see what you do.
Okay with that. Should I rage? No, I'm not angry. I won't be angry till I start
Dying.
like really dying. Then she'll get angry. Okay, that's gonna be there's gonna be a 16 to hit.
Yeehaw. That hits. Go ahead. Roll me some damage.
Fantastic. Oh wait, no, that was a disadvantage. Oh, that was a natural 20. So dang it.
There you go.
But that's fine. 1d10 plus 4. So I realize that I sound like Marisha Ray's character in the Terry and Darrington one shot, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 6 total damage.
6 total damage. You cut away at some of them, trying to pull yourself free. With that, I'm going to say that you have an advantage on your next athletics check to pull away, to push away next turn.
Fantastic.
I need you right now to roll me a Constitution saving throw. I need to know how well you're holding your breath.
Oh
here.
boy. Ooh, okay. Now this is just straight roll, no disadvantage. That's going to be Constitution saving throw. That's going to be a 22.
22. Okay, yeah, you are still holding together. There's bubbles pulling out of your mouth in front of you, and it's very difficult to see anything. Everything's a very dark red, but you are holding together. Everybody else who's still already crossing, roll me athletics checks real fast. You have advantage. You're in the shallow part. Rosie, what are you doing?
Try to get to issue with the mage hand.
He's no longer in your sight.
Okay.
You're about halfway across the river. You have advantage. You have any bonuses to that?
No, that's why I wanted acrobatics.
Yeah.
And there are like loose pebbles around.
Sure.
Pick one up, slap some light on it, hand it to the mage hand, and kind of get some, like, try to get Eshu some, like, beacon as to where to go.
Of course. All right, you now know where you're heading. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. You hope it's not death.
Can we see by the bubbles where exactly in this lake that he's at, or she's at, excuse me?
Yeah, you could probably see it at this point. Both of you could.
I set Pookie on the ground, and can I use my action for her to use help?
What is did you roll in athletics?
I rolled a 9.
With advantage?
Yes.
Hey. Yeah, both of you, you make progress. There's not really a whole lot. You have to roll really low to fail this one. You both make progress, but you're not quite at the end of this. You haven't quite reached the island of the church.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Question.
help action? Do you want to send her swimming to go help?
That's a good idea. She's made of steel. I don't know how heavy.
It's up to you. You tell me. What's your question?
About how far away is Ishu from us?
From you guys, 40 feet, but you're only about 10 feet away from that island.
If I were to fling my shield,
okay,
to try to use it as like a life preserver,
okay,
what would you want me to roll for that?
D20 plus your dex.
Okay, I'll do it. I will do it. So Belle is going to just give herself enough time to stop, to take off her shield and wind it up to launch it like a frisbee, to try to get it so that way all Ishu has to do is reach and grab this thing to at least stop going down.
Yeah, it lands. What was it?
I haven't rolled yet. I was describing.
Gotcha.
Oh, fuck me. Nat 20 plus 4.
Nice.
It lands. It's going to drastically lower your DC to get out of here, Eshu. As it lands directly over where the bubbles are, dips for a second, and then resurfaces, now slick with that oily blood. JJ, what are you doing?
Well, if I noticed that she threw the shield, then I probably wouldn't. You said it landed where it was intended to go? It did what it was intended to do?
Yeah, it landed where it was intended to go.
All right, then I'll hold on to Pookie, and I'll just keep trying to make my way across the...
Of course.
And
Megan, yeah?
If Muesli finally gets eyes on Eshu, then since the shield has helped get her above water, he's gonna throw his his rope out to her so that she has a lifeline.
You just throw in the again, like you haven't. Have you moved closer?
He would have moved closer when he saw the bubbles, and he's got 50 foot of rope.
50 foot of rope. Okay. Yeah. No. If you're gonna run over there, are you gonna tie something to the end of the rope so that you can actually like get something to yeet over there?
I mean, he's just well, she's really big, isn't she? Dragonborn. He's a tabaxi. I don't know if he's strong enough to just pull her out of the water. I mean, are there is there a tree nearby?
Yeah. Sure.
Great. Yeah. He'll just
keep in mind that you are pulling the long way because Eshu almost made it over.
Oh, well, hell! I thought she was like just actively drowning in the. Okay. Well, shoot. If he's gonna make it harder for her to get across the river, then I don't know. That's not helpful. I guess never mind.
Up to you. Whatever you
I
want
thought
to
the
do. Whatever
drowning
you
was
think.
like.
What would your character do?
Well, he would have tried to help get her out of the water, but.
Throw the rope.
All right, he'll throw the rope.
All right. What are you tying to the end of it to act as a kind of an anchor point?
It does the lowest hanging limb of the nearest tree.
Okay. You just break off a branch and throw. Fair enough. Roll me a d20 plus your strength or dex, whichever's higher for you.
Good lord. Yeah, I mean that's a 9.
Okay. So the bridge lands and it's near the shield.
Oh, thank God.
A little far. It's like he's gonna have to go and reach for it. It depends. But switching back to Eshu. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You take 10 points of slashing damage as they begin to dig their blackened nails into your chest and shoulders, trying to pull you down. Roll me athletics with advantage.
What, how much damage was that?
10 points of slashing.
10 points of slashing. Yeah, I'm not raging, so. All right, athletics at advantage. Here we go. Okay, not bad. That's worse. So 16.
16?
Yep.
You kick away from these hands gripping you and surge up towards the light. You almost bash your head into the shield hovering over the water, but you come up just a little bit to the left, grab onto the shield as kind of almost a life raft. The water has swelled drastically. It is maybe 4.5 feet high at this point.
Oh.
You're going to need to you're out of the water. You're there. You're going to need to get to the island. What's everyone else doing this turn?
Eshu is surfaced.
Eshu is surfaced.
Take a rope. Is there anything I can tie it to?
Here, there's the banisters at the front of the church.
Perfect. Tie to the banister. Bring the mage hand back. Drop the stone. Send the rope in the mage hand to Eshu. Just so that they have, so she's got something to drag herself ashore with.
Okay. What are you going to use as that point to throw?
Oh, the mage hand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Eshu, there's now 2 ropes. One that leads back the way you came, and one that leads towards the church. Which one you grabbing?
Oh, I'll pick the one that leads. Which one's the shortest distance towards the church?
Towards the church.
Yeah, I'll grab that one.
You begin to pull Eshu out. It will be one last roll next time your turn rolls around. Everybody else, I need one last athletics check from the people making it over. Muesli,
okay, now
still
Muesli
on the side of the town. You have not yet crossed.
Yeah, no. Now that he sees that Eshu's okay, he's going for it. So he'll get his rope back and shallowest part of the water and go.
7's enough.
Is it athletics?
11.
Yeah, athletics.
This is 16.
16, okay.
11.
Okay. The two people who have almost made it across, you managed to pull yourself out of the blood. It is soaked into every crease and crevice of your body from the armpits down.
As soon as they get close, prestidigitation.
It
Thank you.
blows it almost blows the blood off of you as he just waves his hand, and
One of those bathroom hand dryers.
you can see it peel itself off. The blood has to go somewhere, and it's all behind you somewhere.
Yeah, as soon as they get close, it's kind of that winced, like, please, like, don't touch me.
And Muesli, you managed to make it about halfway across with that the crossing. Don't forget you have advantage on those crossings in the shallow part.
Yeah, that roll was with advantage.
Perfect. Eshu, you managed
Yes.
you don't need to roll anything. You have a shield to assist you. You have a rope to assist you. You've gotten enough assistance from the rest of the party that you managed to drag yourself onto the island.
Well, thank you, friends.
Prestidigitation, pull out the flask of wine,
Oh.
hand it over. You look cold. Warm yourself
I'm
up.
not, but thank you.
Can always do to be warmer.
Muesli, one more athletics check if you don't mind.
Oh, never. I would never mind about that. It's totally fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. 14.
14? Okay. You managed to make it out, and as you're exiting the pool, you feel the beginnings of those fingers and hands grabbing at your heel and pulling. And then you manage to pull your boot out last second and approach the front of the church.
He'll kick
Same
him off
thing.
and be like, meow, meow. We'll not have any of that here.
Yeah. the blood-
As soon as he approaches, same thing. Just please, like it's a very just like very unhappy, like
Icky.
yeah.
Does everyone across?
I believe at this point we are. Yeah.
What's the creep factor of this church?
Yeah, no, everyone's made it across.
Megan wants to know what the creep factor of the church is.
Oh, yeah. It was at one point probably a very clean, well taken care of church. But from the outside, it is now entirely stained red. Rivulets of blood and the beginnings of small chunks are starting to form and cling to the windows and windowsills and drip off. And as you enter, there are leaks. The downpour is so heavy, it's starting to drip on the inside of the church.
The umbrella is staying out. Well,
It's not all.
still
I'm
Opening up-
undeterred.
Yeah, opening the church, everybody who has dark vision, as it is pitch black in here. There are bodies. Monks, priests, holy men and women. Their bodies have been cut down and then posed. They've been set up so that they are sitting in the pews. Backs, heads back, arms spread. They have been staked into position. The pews are full of both villagers and holy men and women. And just like a snail trail of gore leading down the center and to the pulpit, which has been desecrated.
So feel like probably call out just content warning in general.
Yeah.
Probably should have done that at the beginning. My apologies.
I'm being very specific not to
Yeah.
go into too much detail, I promise.
Just to be safe,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like, violence and gore.
yeah.
Sorry.
Rosie is going to pull the glove back out and just cover his mouth. I believe one of our more formidable compatriots here should probably lead the way. Yes.
Indeed, I should. Step
Perfect.
forward.
As you enter, there are three. There are two doors farther in, one on either side, and then at the immediate left, there is the staircase leading up to the bell tower.
One problem, friends. I can't see.
I suppose that would be a problem. I don't have that spell prepared.
Didn't you just make light?
I do have the light. Yeah, it's true. I have the rock still.
I have torches, but
Yeah, I'll just hand you the rock. It's
they're
fine.
probably wet.
I was gonna cast dark vision, but I don't have it prepared.
Oh, that would have been handy too. Very good. So we have a staircase on the right, you said? On the left.
I believe the staircase was straight ahead.
Oh.
Two doors on either side.
Wow, I cannot brain.
It's I'm not entirely certain either, so maybe I'm the one who can't brain.
But we'll find out from the DM when he returns.
I'm sorry, repeat.
Which side is the staircase on?
Left.
Left. Oh, hey.
You were right.
I was almost right.
Oh, true.
It was left.
Yeah.
So I will start heading towards the staircase just to see if this horror show continues. Glaive in hand. Where is the light spell?
It's on a rock.
Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Can I borrow
so
the rock?
I'll just cast it on like if you have like a necklace or something.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a necklace.
You have a
Sure.
necklace
I do now.
and it is glowing.
All right. That's lovely.
The staircase, no. It doesn't seem to be a nightmare or a horror show in any way. It is creaky, clean, well cleaned, but old. It's
Seems
also
less
narrow. Yeah,
nightmarish up here.
it is fairly narrow, maybe 3 feet at its widest point.
Oh,
So
yeah. Gonna have difficulty getting turned
it's
around.
3 feet at its widest point, and about 5 feet tall for the roof.
Oh,
so,
I'm stupid.
yeah.
Okay, this is confining. I'm coming back down.
What were we?
It's not an overly tall. It's maybe 3 stories. Wouldn't be that many stairs, but it is
Oh,
stairs.
like
Muesli
don't like it.
will volunteer to stealth his way up the stairs. He's a very quiet boy. I will observe the area and make sure it is clear for all of you wonderful people.
Well, I'll send Marigold with you just so I can have a second pair of eyes. You know.
Perfect. I would love some company.
You're not squeamish, are you? And he'll once again take the large beetle from his shoulder and hand him over.
Squeamish, ha! I can tell you of all the tales. I once took down a dragon turtle single-handedly. Not squeamish at all. Come along, bug.
What makes me overjoyed is that 2 of our party members sound like old-timey radio hosts.
It's because I can't do Nigel Thornberry.
I was supposed to be like Carnival Barker, but
No,
my
it's
to be
closest
fair, they're
analog
kind
for
of the
that,
same thing.
Yeah, is
Close.
just old
It's just-
timey
but
radio.
It's over a mic, so now. Welcome to Tonight at 9.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's also like slowly creeping into the boss from the IT crowd. I can't remember his name right now. Megan knows it, I'm sure. Yeah.
So,
There's somebody at the door.
Yeah.
There's somebody at the door. So yeah,
Muesli, would you roll me a stealth check, please?
he's
and-
gonna be so stealthy.
Rosie, I assume that you are keeping an eye through Marigold?
Yep. Yes, I am.
That's a 15, sir.
15. Okay, you are quite stealthy. As you begin to creep up the stairs, you manage to put your foot on the very edge of the stair to make sure that you're not placing it in places that don't have as much support. You keep the creeping and the creaking to a minimum as you begin to traverse up.
May I also check for traps along the way?
Sure. Roll me an investigation.
Yeah.
Rosie is going to find a dry enough
Oh,
place to
no.
stay and switch vision.
Got you.
That'll be a 22.
It's dry enough if you keep the umbrella. 22.
Oh,
you
the
said.
umbrella's not going anywhere.
Need them
As
there
you're going
bundles.
up the stairs, you are keeping a very careful eye out on the staircase, on the ceiling, making sure there's no traps of any kind. This, again, was a church and fairly recently, so it's not like they didn't really set up any kind of traps necessarily. Like, you can't really see any kind of like trip wires or anything. That seems to be kind of time intensive and not something they were interested in doing, whoever these individuals were. But
Icky death happened here. No trust.
because you're paying so close attention to your surroundings, your ears are perked. And as you're going up, you start to hear things in the walls. Little scratchings, giggles, sighs. You
Turn
press on?
around. He'll call down the staircase. Well, friends, it appears that for the moment there aren't any individuals presently trying to kill anything else. But I will say there appears to be some rather nasty, scritchy, scratchy, talky voices coming from the walls that may need some attention.
You hear her call that down. And as soon as they're called out, the voices are immediate. Shh, hush, and silence.
Oh, they didn't like that.
This makes me very uncomfortable.
That sounds super creepy.
They said that they were dealing with rats. Unless these rats have learned to talk, this is strange.
Oh, speaking of rats, did I ever tell you about the time I took out a horde of cranium rats all by myself? Oh, it was tragic and wonderful. I'll have to tell you sometime.
Tragic and wonderful.
Since I can't see anything, I'm going to cast dark vision on myself.
Alrighty.
Well, there is the light on SU.
I came back down the stairs.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I
I didn't like the stairs.
don't like it.
I also didn't like the stairs. They're creepy. They
Yeah.
talk. It's bad.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
coarse and irritating.
I have a question for the DM.
Yeah.
Are there visible cracks in the walls by any chance? Or is this thing solid as it comes?
Roll me a perception check.
Sweet. Exchange of That's a 23.
Okay. There's no cracks. There's no anything like that. Notably, there are huge sections of the staircase that seem to be brand new. There's many parts of it that are old and faded and not painted very well, but there are sections that are freshly lacquered. They still smell a little bit of sap. They are, for all intents and purposes, brand spanking new, like within the past day or two new.
I say, fellows, the wall seems to be completely intact, but I do say something has assaulted these stairs in the recent days. I wonder. He's gonna look for loose. He's gonna look for loose boards or anything he could pry loose to kind of get a gander at under the stairs.
You gonna try and pry loose one of the boards?
Yeah, he wants to look under the stairs.
Is there an area under the stairs, or is it like open underneath them?
It is a small hall that leads up into it. It's walled. You can't see under the
Okay.
stairs at all.
Okay.
But as you go to try and pry open one of the stairs, It comes away fairly easily. It wasn't put in very well at all. It was done hastily. And as you pull it back, you see that underneath there are sharpened wooden stakes.
Oh,
Maybe 10 feet down, rows and rows of stakes. And as soon as you see them, the voices in the walls start to pick up again, start to increase. Look-see, filthy little look-see.
Oh, I say, that won't do. All right, fellows, I found something that's rather a bit more amusing, if you know what I mean. It seems that whoever was here, produced a rather nasty steak trap under the stairs. Very rustic.
Can I send Pookie to go check it out? Well, can Pookie fit in that small enough space?
Could, yeah. Just again, like just going up there, he's the exact same thing. It's not nowhere near as stealthy.
But is it like cavernous, or is it just like stakes are just sticking out? It's not like something you can get into. It's not like a crawl space.
No, like, yeah, you could definitely go in there, but it is a pit. It is like 10 feet down pit under the stairs. It looks to be built like in between the walls in the crawl space. They've just filled it with stakes out of the walls, out of the floor.
And is there any type of like debris or any type of anything hanging off these stakes, like something recently fell into it, or is it?
They are freshly carved pine.
Interesting.
We are here for the bell, correct?
Correct.
Who do we feel is the most dexterous out of all of us?
I don't know what that means.
Who is the most lithe, who could do a double backflip? I don't know. We just need to know who could get up there safely, because obviously someone doesn't want us to be up there.
Only one of you could backflip if I punch you hard enough.
That's...
And Belle does a backflip.
Oh, marvelous, marvelous.
Standing backflip.
Oh,
Zero
you meant on
prep.
their own. My
Yes.
apologies.
We appreciate your assistance, but I don't think we should be assisting each other in that way.
What's a good uppercut between friends?
Are you heading up, Belle?
I do enjoy a good display of cathletics.
If you would like, I can scout ahead if you're concerned.
Whatever makes you happy.
I trust in your ability. I am offering you the opportunity to know what lies ahead. I'm also more than happy to stay down here and wait for the next leg of the journey.
Come along, Rosie.
I'm already up there. He'll let his eyes kind of fade to white again as he assumes the visage of Marigold again.
As you buzz up there with Marigold and enter the room, there's no bell.
I see we have a problem. Somebody got here before us. What we seek is missing. It's probably better to not risk the stakes.
Stakes, you say?
No wooden stakes, nothing.
Oh, this isn't a golden corral.
That one physically hurt me.
You're welcome.
It's okay. I resisted the urge to say the stakes are a little too high on this one.
Just waiting.
I resisted it.
As you were.
So,
Do we seek to find it, or do we return and say that all is well and should be fine in the morning?
They're paying us pretty well. I feel we should find it.
Anybody who wants to, roll me a religion check.
I mean, do it. It's not gonna be good.
Roll.
13.
18.
Nice.
Natural one, Rosie.
Womp,
Yeah.
womp, womp. Hold on.
Religion is not what he do.
Critical
19.
failure.
19, you said, Muesli?
Meow.
JJ, what'd you roll?
10.
Okay. Anybody who rolled a 15 or higher. You've heard of the Bell of Volk. Its history is a little long and its forging is complicated, but it is loud. It is a small bell, about 2 feet tall, but its ringing can be heard throughout the county.
You'd think they'd have noticed if it disappeared. This is truly just neglect on their part. I think they should be offering us more.
Well, we can argue for more when we finish solving the problem.
Indeed.
I doubt they would say no.
So, there is the rest of the room and the 2 doors, unless you would like to go up to the bell tower, even though it is empty.
I'm gonna go to one of these doors.
Which one, left or right?
Oh, let's roll for it. Let's go right.
Right.
I'll go to the left.
Left. First right. Opening the door, you find a room that is, again, very dark, but with that necklace well lit. There are leather racks and sheaves of paper and inks and quills and long tables, and in the back corner, a little dusty, a massive printing press.
Eshu can't read. All useless. And close the door. Bunch of papers.
A bunch of papers. Rosie,
Mm-hmm.
left door opens. A very Spartan bedroom. Gray sheets on a bed. There is a chest at the foot of it. There is a small wardrobe.
Just mirroring his ally. Ugh, a non-pillow top mattress. Useless. And shut the door.
Yes.
You said you found papers.
Yes. Quite a few of them.
Here, trade me. You go in here. I'll check over there.
Is there a fight in there?
There could be. You just have to
Ooh.
go and check.
You're mysterious. I like it. Yep, definitely the boss from IT Crowd. Someone's at the door.
God, hardcore.
I will open that door.
I'll open the
So
other
I
one.
open doors.
Okay. Rosie, you recognize the room with the printing. What it is a printing press, and it is papers and sheaves and equipment for making the binding, creation, and writing of books.
Just a moment of euphoria, the smell of leather and paper. Just
And the smell of glue. There's a lot of glue in here.
that's okay too. Is it the good glue with fumes?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the kind you put in like the little pot that you put like the brush in.
ooh, the rubber cement. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Oh, a fine vintage.
As Rosie sits in the room and huffs the glue.
Yeah, I mean,
you approaching the other bedroom. you see again, like it's the same thing. You see a chest, you see a bed, and you see a wardrobe. It is utilitarian. The sheets are gunmetal gray. The floor has been well swept. There are straw left on the ground to make for easy cleanup in case anything spills.
Reminds me of my gladiator days. Bit
It
fancier.
genuinely
but
does.
This is a bit fancy for my tastes.
Yeah, it's literally like it is the same kind of bed, the same kind of chest. The only thing this person has more than you is a wardrobe, and as you go over and open it, it's full of cleaning supplies.
Oh. Oh, how sad. I kept trophies in mine. Of course, mine was much smaller. The trophies were bones.
The trophies of bone. The
I-
booziest to beat 'em up.
I'm gonna try to open the chest.
You gonna try to open the chest?
Mhm.
It is locked.
I figured. All right, I'm not the type to go rummaging through people's locked chests. Only if
I
they're
am, though.
unlocked.
Anybody fall in either
I was
of
gonna say
these-
I'll actually be like, have at nothing in there of use for me.
I'll take the chest. I do have thieves' tools.
Same.
Go ahead. Only thieves' tools.
That's sleight of hand, right?
Yeah. No, well, you know what? We'll make it a dexterity plus your proficiency. So if it's sleight of hand, if you're good at that, sure. If not,
17?
17? Easy peasy. It is a basic lock. It pops open, and inside you find cassocks, robes, one pair of very, very skimpy, silky undergarments, and a book, a diary.
I will kind of pick up the undergarments and kind of do a double take over my shoulders and stuff it into my.
It looks like it is a speedo. It looks like it is meant to be comfortable and light.
We'll try that on later. But I'll also take the diary.
Diary, simple enough. Pulls open. Very thick, heavily bound, yellowed pages.
Does it look like it was recently used, or is this something that's old?
Oh, it is well and lovingly used. It is just going through it. The last update was 2 days ago.
Is it? I'm assuming it's written in common.
It is actually not. What languages do you speak?
Now I gotta look. Where's that over here? Description. I don't know where that would be under.
I think it's
D&D
under proficiencies.
proficiencies. There you go. Common, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Gnomish, you say?
Yes.
Scrolling through it, you actually do understand what it has said. The last couple, like for the most part, the entries are dull. They are chores done, people, inner town gossip, repairs that need to be done to the church. But in the last days, there are talks of rats, scratchings in the walls. And then it changes to something a little more nefarious, them saying that cold droughts are coming up through the floorboards. The scratchings have been replaced with giggles, laughs, mockery. The very last page, there's only one. Please, Volk, don't let them take the bell.
So I'm assuming whatever these things are in the walls are the ones responsible for taking the bell.
Maybe.
I will share my findings with the rest of the group and translate the diary for them, unless they speak Gnomish.
In
Oh.
case you translate for them, well and good.
They said there's cold drafts coming from the floor. I mean, everything seems to be emanating from the church itself more so than the practitioners within it, in my eyes. The floor, it's wooden, right?
It is.
Can I roll an investigation, kind of stomp and see if it sounds hollow, like if there's a basement?
No need. It's hollow.
I think we have to go down, friends. Maybe. Does one of you think you could perhaps tear up the floorboards or?
Indeed.
Roll me a hit. What weapon are you using for this, or you just want to use your
Oh, the
wrist?
great axe.
The great axe,
Yeah, the great axe, most definitely.
Choppy chop chop.
It's good at
Choppy
that.
chop chop. Yep. So that is. I'll use my javelin.
While he's still doing that, I am
is a
gonna
23 to hit.
Roll me damage.
So a 21 just to look around for any other like hidden doors.
Okay, just taking a look around.
Yeah.
As Eshu's about to swing, you roll around the other side of the podium and see a very obvious trapdoor.
13 points.
Don't say anything. Let SU do his thing.
And Eshu,
Her.
with her
Right,
massive
perfect.
arms
Sorry.
and shoulders,
Sorry.
begins to hack into the floor. It takes less than a minute before the flooring starts to cave in and give in giant chunks and dust. And you see, with the light of your necklace, a basement full of barrels and a few beds.
An unworthy adversary. Floors don't hit back.
But that's all you can see from your current angle. Is anybody going down?
I think you're looking at this on a less grand scale, my friend. You attacked the floor, but truly you declared war on the church. Also, I think I found a way down and just opened the trapdoor.
Meow, here's something truly interesting.
Eshu looks
Meow.
confused and then hops down the hole she just made.
So, party slowly descending. It is a basement for sure. It is again full of beds, small chests. There's 3 beds in here. There's a lot of barrels. It is a small basement. And against the far wall, a hole punched in the earthen walls. It is held up with wooden struts, small lit candles leading deeper.
Nice.
It is much better lit than the church itself.
Very quickly.
It is a mining tunnel almost by the looks of it, heading deeper.
Ooh, another mine. Very quickly, thank you to Deborah, Brandon, and Anonymous, which is a strange name.
It's probably Dutch.
Thank you very much for your donations. $5, $20, $10, and $25 have been donated, kind of in rapid succession there. So thank you to Deborah and Brandon for the 2 named donations of $10 and $25. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Continuing with the game.
So as we have seemed to have located the source of the draft, because I can use minor conjuration how many times I want, I'm going to summon like a plumber's tool belt and kind of pull it up. Well, that right there would be your problem. And then desummon it and summon the umbrella back. I think we found the case of the draft.
Did they not know there was a mine shaft under their own church?
Also
Truly.
worth noting, down here as you enter, as you look up, you see boards ripped out of the floor in very specific locations, and as you look up into them, you start to see into the crawl spaces inside of the walls. And some part of you suggests you don't look too long.
Perhaps not everyone knew about these mines, but someone who shouldn't have found out did and upset our little wall buddies.
Truly, it's just negligence of the church. They should be paying us more. Let's get this done so we can get that pay, please.
This building is so not up to code. I'm just going to say this right now.
Absolutely not.
Like,
To be fair, the mine shaft is new.
Did they get a permit? This is within city limits, isn't it?
The people who made the mind jam don't care.
I feel like the inspectors should just be sued for this. Like this is
Truly.
this is an atrocity.
They have Move Earth.
State.
Don't worry. You begin to head down the tunnel. Two of you. I don't mind which two. Please roll me perception checks.
I'm really good at perception. So
Go ahead, baby.
I am very good at perception.
17.
It's a natural 20. Total of 28.
Yeah, okay. As you begin to head down, the tunnel starts to wind slowly down, back, forth, and back. The walls start to change. It's no longer wet mud, dripping lightly red with the downpour outside. It starts to change to cobblestone, then obsidian. Thick black shards interspersed in the walls. Those candles are spaced quite heavily. It is very dimly lit down here. And as you both come down, both of you rolled high enough, you hear voices. Two kind of quiet voices talking one another. One male, one female, in a animated discussion.
Well, who's leading on this one? All right.
I'll ready my firearm. I'll take the lead.
I'll stay with you. I'll stay close.
You guys want to roll me stealth?
Do you want a stealth? Okay.
17 for me.
13.
Well, they rolled a 3. -1 makes that a 2.
Yeah, Rosie's wearing heels. It's hard to be stealthy in heels.
But they somehow don't notice you.
Yeah.
And you click, click, click.
Yeah.
As you go down the hallway, there is one final curve, and the tunnel goes straight, no longer bends. And right around this corner, there is a card table set up, pair of chairs. They, again, a man and a woman, both of them muscular frames, leather armor, heavily strapped with sheets of leather that have steel wound around them, acting almost as steel reinforcement in places where the leather is insufficient. And they have their sleeves rolled up, a bottle of wine on the table, and are currently arm wrestling. As you peek around the corner, it is just a fight, a struggle, and about 5 seconds later, the female just boom slams his hand down into the table. He's like, "Ah, why? She's like, third time, shouldn't have challenged me 3 times. Now I'm mad."
Do they have any weapons about them? Are there any?
Yeah, they both seem fairly well armed. Short swords, daggers, crossbows.
And what species of individuals are we looking at? Humans?
The female looks human. The male looks maybe orcish in descent. It's probably farther up the bloodline, though. The tusks are small, the ears slightly pointed.
Do you want to engage, or do you think we can buy our way through?
I think diplomacy is worth a shot.
I tend to agree with you on this. I'll I'll let you take the lead for now. I'll take over if I see fit.
All right. So I will step out from around the corner.
Step out with him.
And I will say, greetings. By any chance, have you two seen a little dog running around this place?
They both immediately stand and draw weapons. They turn, see you, squint, look very confused. How did you look at each other, look down the tunnel, look back at you?
It started to rain. We were seeking cover from it in the church, and it was quite cold upstairs, so we thought we might find cover down here, and we found cover from the wind. We just are looking for a dog now.
She kind of steps up.
I'll roll a deception if you want me to.
Yeah, walked right past the bodies down here and into the mine shaft.
It's
for a dog.
It's quite a downpour out there. Anyway,
To be fair, it was dark upstairs.
That's also true.
Roll me deception.
Who? Which one?
Either of you. I don't care.
JJ, how good are you at deception?
I'm a plus one.
Okay, I will take the lead on this one.
Hey, now that's metagaming.
Well, that's a total of 24. It's a natural 18, so.
Okay, fair enough. I can't honestly tell if you're lying to me or if you're just really, really stupid.
Yes.
I thought we were off to a very good start, and you just come right out of the gate and insult me. I'm hurt, truly.
I am going to do you a favor. We have not seen a dog. This is the only tunnel going through. I would highly suggest that you turn around. You can wait out the storm up in the church or in the basement. Doesn't matter to me. We're going to pretend we didn't see you. I'm just going to assume you have no idea what's going on. And I wish you luck in finding your canine friend.
Perhaps you can enlighten us. One, what brings you down here to arm wrestle in a cavern?
You asking questions is making it really hard to just let you get out of here. Can you please just turn around and leave? Make this whole thing really easy.
I'm sorry.
By the way, the guy behind her has done the thing where he's like folded his arms and like pushed his biceps up to make himself look more buff. And his only response, he's been hype manning this entire time. Just, yeah.
I'm sorry. We came down here extending friendship and kindness, and yet again, you insult us.
I'm asking you to leave.
Can we hear this?
Yeah, all of you can hear this conversation happening right around the corner. Like, it is a really bad idea for you to be down here. And if the less you know, the better. Please leave.
Sounds like even more reason to be down here.
I agree.
Step around the corner.
Look, I'm nice. I promise I'm nice. Judy is not nice. Please leave.
Go time.
Oh, my apologies. Do you live here?
There's more of you.
There were a couple people out in the storm as well.
Oh, yes, there are more.
Okay. I cannot ignore a full party of well-armed adventurers coming down into this.
I'm gonna stop you right there, friend. I heard arm wrestling.
And she pulls out her horn. What are you doing?
Hand crossbow arrow straight to her hand.
Boomerang as well. Just like
What do you want me to hit?
From if this is happening, if that horn comes out from the pouch, there will be a small like gel capsule. It's going to toss, and I need a dexterity save from both of them.
That's an 11 for me. Probably doesn't hit.
11 does not.
25.
I'm casting Acid Splash, by the way.
That is a, you said dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
It's a 16 on one
16's enough to ignore it.
and 12 on the other.
12 is not.
Okay.
So whoever did not save is going to take 11 points of acid damage.
7 piercing?
Yep, to the hand.
She manages to avoid that small pouch, but as it hits her compatriot, he just starts to shriek, and small pouches start to hiss and peel away from him, and he just hits the ground, screaming bloody murder very loudly.
I really wanted to be friends.
And as she dodges out of the way of the acid splash, she goes to pull the horn up, and her hand is hit by the crossbow bolt. The horn goes spinning down the hallway. Her hand is pushed away from the front of her, eyes wide. She's in a great deal of pain. She suddenly reaches for the short sword, but eyes and looks around, looks at her companion, who the screaming has stopped. I was going to let you go.
I just
In
wanted
all
to be
fairness, I was
friends.
going to let you go.
We don't want to go. We want to go down there.
Cool. Go right ahead then. Can I go up to the church now?
Pardon. Before you go, hold on. I'm so sorry. I don't like to
The
interrupt,
boomerang
but
just whips
this
down
is-
the hallway, by the way,
yeah.
does not return.
This is very important. Look at the hand with the crossbow bolt. Was that your arm wrestling hand?
Yeah.
Pity. Very well, you may go.
Kinda...
Am I good to go up to the church now?
Kind of look over to Garrison. Sure, but if you wouldn't mind, I have a couple of friends who are heading that way too. Would you take them with you?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to pull out a small vial with a flea in it, pop it open, and cast infestation.
Oh,
What's the saving throw?
stone cold.
Constitution 15.
Stone cold.
Oh no, she got a 14.
It's not that bad. It's only 4 points of poison damage.
Well,
They
she
didn't
took from
seem
that
very
crossbow bolt. She's ripped apart by tiny biting insects.
Tiny fleas, and he'll kind of catch one on his finger and put it back in the bottle. Such a shame. I just wanted friendship. Shall we?
I just wanted some arm wrestling.
The bandit corpses are brushed slightly to the side. Their purpose here unknown to you. You butchered them with
We were told to reclaim the church. That's what we're doing.
a
Technically,
club.
we're outside the church, aren't we?
Still in church grounds, technically.
This is this is they gave them a free add-on. We're just
I'm going after my boomerang, by the way.
Go grab it, easy peasy.
Am I still glowing, by the way?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool.
As you begin to follow the tunnel, it does not go very much longer. The tunnel only goes maybe another 120 feet before it ends at a very large wooden door. 2 doors interlocked together. The frame is not flat. It is a wave, like a signal line, and the different parts of the wave are the interlocking pieces of the door.
Interesting. Lovely architecture.
Is there anything? Actually, can I just inspect the door, see if there's any traps, runes, or the like?
Absolutely. Please roll me an investigation check.
That is a natural 1.
Natural 1.
Womp, womp, womp.
It seems fine. It's a door. It's a big, pretty door. What a door.
Wood door. I like doors.
It's made out of stone.
Are
Stone
there
and
handles?
wood.
Are there handles on this door?
No.
I push on it. I push harder.
Roll me in athletics.
You might best me today, door.
Maybe.
14.
14? No. The door starts to give
Aha!
and push inward. And as soon as you manage to make any kind of progress,
Mhm.
a small blue arcane sigil
Mhm.
forms in the center.
Yep.
And it breaks, snaps in half with the breaking of the door.
Mhm.
I need you,
Uh-huh.
my dear friend, to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Now, would you consider this an effect that I can see?
I do.
So I get advantage on this.
And you don't get the disadvantage from being drunk because I specifically said checks.
I won't use counterspell then.
You can
That's
if you
already,
like.
that's already very good.
That's okay.
That one was worse. Dexterity saving throw. It's going to be a 17 total.
17 total? That makes it. That's not a problem at all.
Whew.
Yeah, Glyph of Warding is a good spell. And this is a barbarian.
Aha!
So like I'm confident that you'll be fine.
Yeah, you only take 6 points of lightning damage.
Ooh, tingly.
It arcs.
This door bites.
Yeah, it arcs through the hallway and it brushes against one of your shoulders and it sizzles and a scale or two fall away, but it is fine.
Oh, I'm molting anyway.
Prestidigitation, get rid of the scorch mark.
Other than that, the door, now that that seal has been broken, is much easier to push. It falls open. And on the other side is a colossal cylindrical room. It is maybe 80 feet across. And as you look down, you cannot see the bottom. And as you look up, you cannot see the top. Which seems odd, because it seems much deeper than how far you went. There are beams. One from where you are, leading to the other side of the room. And then 10 feet below, another beam, perpendicular to this one. And 10 feet below that one, another beam perpendicular to the one before it, and so on and so forth, into the depths beneath you.
JJ, you're muted.
Oh, so there's no way to go up, only down, right?
You, working together, you could manage to scale up if you'd like. But there's looking up, nothing. Looking down, nothing.
But beams.
But there's a smell coming from down below. A rich, freshly turned soil smell. And it is strong and emanating in waves from down below.
Shall I scout ahead again?
Please do.
Should we see how deep it is first?
Well, Marigold can fly,
Fair point.
so take a seat back against a wall.
What is the distance that you can see through your?
I believe it's 100 feet.
Well, you can communicate with it up to 100. I think you can see through it perpetually.
Yes.
You just can't control it after that.
Yeah.
Like you can't communicate.
I can communicate within 100 feet. Yeah.
Okay. 100 feet comes and goes. 200 feet. 300 feet. 400 feet. About 500 feet down, it hollows out. And there's another one of those doors. And here, you can see and hear, right?
I can only see at that range.
Door. There's something down here. There's something different. You feel it, but you can't quite tell which sense it is.
It's quite a ways down. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use any of my major magic for this, but I suppose I must. I have a way down if you are unconfident in your abilities to climb.
I'm
have
quite confident.
Featherfall if you'd like.
I do as well.
All right.
I have quite a few spells at my disposal. Perhaps I'll cast it.
Be my guest.
Very well. Reaching into the pack, we'll pull out a gossamer wing like that of a large beetle, and kind of throw and release it, and chant arcane and enchant Featherfall on. Well, we have to jump first. We have to be falling creatures, so he'll hold the wing. Are we ready?
Indeed.
All right, here we go. And he'll hold the umbrella really tight and jump off.
Is everyone following him?
Yep.
As soon as everyone is in the air, flick the feather and cast, or the insect wing, and cast Featherfall.
Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith style.
Belle, Muesli, are you following?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You fall and are immediately caught like an updraft, fills your clothes and slows your descent to a comfortable feeling of falling to your death.
Yeah, 60 feet around, still pretty quick.
Still pretty fast.
Whee!
Oh, I would have never missed this opportunity to take a plunge.
Oh, good skydiving.
Nice.
You begin to
Opportunity.
fall, and the beams start to pass you. It is fast. Something you get down here quite quickly. But there was something you missed, Rosie. Something when you were coming down, something that you hadn't picked up on Marigold's senses. You start to see holes, notches in the walls of the well. And all of you begin to hear squealing. And as one of you passes, a colossal swarm of pig-nosed bats pours out and starts to swarm and pluck and bite at all of you. So what we're going to do, I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Yay!
You get 1 round of combat to do as much damage as you think you can. And after you've done that round of combat, we'll look at how much HP the swarm has left and decide damage based on that.
Okay.
Wait, that's not conjuration. Never mind.
22.
22? Absolutely.
I got a 21, but I have alert, so my initiative is really good.
15.
19.
Oh, mine's a 4.
Oh no.
Oh, so good. I love Aishu. I love her so much.
Okay. The bats fill this cavernous well. Belle, what are you doing?
Okay.
Also, anybody who feels like they can't do a lot of damage, you can use your turn if you want to protect somebody else. You will take both yours and their damage if you want.
Okay. Double checking everything that she can do.
Of course.
Okay, so she is going to. What my plan is she gets 2 attacks per action, and then she gets her bonus action attack. And assuming one of my main attacks are going to hit, she's going to make it a distracting strike.
Okay.
To expend their superiority die to add for damage.
Got you.
Yep. Assuming they hit, but
You never know.
I'm a little confident. just
Just a little.
I'm Bissian. Okay. First one's a 19 to hit.
I forgot you have +10.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm assuming that hit.
Yes.
So that's going to be a distracting
They have an
strike.
AC of an 11.
That's a 27 to hit.
PG-13, Cody.
I'm not swearing. I'm good.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah.
And then because she has a crossbow expert, she has to make another one as a bonus
Man.
action.
Nice.
I love her build
18.
for this.
Okay. And then I believe the superiority die is a D8.
Yep.
I think at this level it might be a D10 for you.
Ooh.
If you're straight fighter, I believe it is a D10.
Nice.
No, it is a D8 right now because she has 1 level in rogue.
Oh.
Which it's
Yeah.
next to one of your allies, baby. You can get a sneak attack.
I was gonna say, does that count? Wait.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta
Single level means you don't get the assassin yet. So
add
Yeah.
that.
that would have been amazing.
What would sneak attack be?
1d6.
Do all of them get sneak attack?
One does, one per turn.
Okay, good. I'm like, that's too much.
So right now, because you're using a hand crossbow, right?
Yeah, hold on. Give me a moment. This part is the hardest part for me. Hold on. And then all of those hit. So
You have a 20 dexterity, right?
I don't remember. No, she has an 18 dex. Okay. So all 3 of those hit, so I need more d6s.
Maybe 3, there's
3. And then it's going to be plus 15. Because she has plus 5 on all of those.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a lot of dice, guys, okay?
Mhm.
So whatever I roll gets plus 15.
Yeah, bear with us. Give us a second.
Yeah. Take your time. It's fine. I'm
There's the
enjoying.
D8. Okay, I rolled a 2 on the D8,
Mhm.
2 6s on the D6, and 2 5s, plus 15, so that's 25, plus 12,
37.
37?
39. 39
39
points of piercing
damage.
Nice.
As she starts to multi-kill bats with single crossbow
You
bolts.
just see her going,
They
Two bats with
bolt
one bolt.
starts to kebab.
That's what I was thinking, the kebab.
It's a wonderful Turkish dinner in here. It is incredible.
Yummy.
It's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
This is not a product placement for Flex Seal. That's a lot of damage. Ooh.
Order now.
Order now.
And we'll throw in not one.
That's
not
an incredible
two.
amount of damage. Rosie, go ahead.
All right. Seeing what is coming our way, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Would I be able to
You're
hit with Acid Splash twice?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing that. It's good to know, though.
I'd say I'd give you 3 times with Acid Splash, actually. 'Cause it's a,
It only splashes to one target.
I know. I'd say 3 times just because of how close they are.
Fine. I'll save my cool description of how he does Melf's Acid Arrow for later then.
No, do Melfs. Do it.
Okay. So he's going to pull out a pickled entrail from something and a leaf, and he's going to chew on the leaf. And while he's chewing it, he's going to kind of stretch the entrails out so they're kind of spaced between his pinky and his thumb, kind of wrapping it around either side. Take the rhubarb, the chewed rhubarb out, pinch it to the adder's stomach, and pull it back, forming the arrow as he does. And he's going to release it. the glowing green arrow.
It was beautiful.
Okay, what do you need from me, or do you? Need
It's
anything from me?
it's an attack.
Got you. AC 11. Do what you
Yep.
got to
Oh
do.
yeah, it was a 13 on the dice. So melts acid arrow. Is that a? It's a second level spell. Okay. So it is 4d4 damage, and they're going to take an additional 2d4 damage on the start of their next turn, or on the end of their next turn. But hopefully, you'll let it be the start of their next.
Sure.
That's not bad. 2 4s and a 2, and then 3. So 13 acid damage.
13 acid damage, and it's how much at the start of the next turn?
An additional 2d4. So I'll go ahead and roll that. An additional 7.
So it's 7 then, and how much now?
14. Or
Gotcha,
13.
thank you.
13, sorry. So it's 21 total. Or 20 total. I am a bad at math.
Not a worry. You fire, and it starts to cut through this giant swarm as the arrow, as it goes, starts to grow and spiral, carving its hole through these.
Hey folks, thank you for joining us here on the Thread Raiders Twitch channel.
Hello.
We are back
Hello.
with
Yeah. So voice thing I'd like to do is I'd like to use my poison spray cantrip to fumigate these bats off. So I would just need a Constitution saving throw. Pretty please.
All right, not a problem. It's actually the one thing it's kind of good at.
So be bad at it now.
Well, that's a 10 total.
You would have needed a 13. So, since I'm over 5th level, I'm gonna need 2d12 poison damage.
Roll it for me.
Forgot how much damage poison spray does.
Cantrips at high levels just are gross on their own.
Yeah.
Like, there's an argument. They're like, I could cast Meteor Swarm, or I could Firebolt, Action Surge, Firebolt. And it's like,
Okay. So, that's 20 points of poison damage. Fumigated bats.
yeah, of course.
Dominator.
The entire chamber is filled with the smell of burnt fur and leather as a giant green bubble forms between your hands and your fingers, and it envelops multiple of them and then pops like a circus balloon. JJ.
All right. That little shoulder cannon I had starts to light up, and you see these red lasers kind of shoot out that form into like dots, but make a shape of a triangle, and it starts tracking these bats.
The Predator cannon.
And it actually it casts Firebolt.
Ooh.
Yeah. Plasma caster.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is a 27. Let's see.
These poor bats.
The chances of you just killing them all is actually rather high at this point.
That's 11. I get a second attack at 5th level, I believe. Come here, 6. I know I get a second one in there. That is a nat 20. So
Yeah.
What is that? I keep forgetting. It's been a while since I played.
Double the dice, not the
Double the
modifier.
Yep. Double the dice.
Which I actually don't believe Firebolt as your modifier anyway, so just double the dice.
It does not. So what was I at already? Somebody keeping track?
You're level 6.
Yeah.
So that's
2d10.
2d10. So you're instead doing 4d10.
Yeah.
It's a 17th level firebolt.
Let's see. That's 8. 1. 8. 1.
So that's 4. That's it.
Yeah.
4d10.
20 points of damage.
20.
I was 2 8s and 2 1s. That's actually 18 points.
18
8.
points. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, plus whatever
Yeah.
the first
I'm smart.
first attack was. I don't remember what that was. Was that?
Yeah, it was 2 8s and 2 1s.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you. Don't worry.
Dang. That's a lot of damage.
There's a lot of damage going on. Yeah. Oh my god.
Dak put all
Eshu.
his 20s in the chat.
Eshu, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's like 12 bats left.
It's like 3 bats.
Yeah. I was gonna, if I'd been higher up in the initiative, I would have used my cold breath, but I'm not gonna waste it. So instead, I think I'm just gonna fling my boomerang again.
Roll me to hit.
All right, come on. Okay. It's 11 on the nose.
Yeah, that hits. Roll the damage. Why not?
Yeah. 1d4 plus 1.
Please let me know.
That
Actually,
is
wait,
gonna
no,
be-
it's a thrown weapon. It's 1d4 plus your strength.
Oh, this just says plus 1.
Yeah, because it tries to add your dexterity because you can use your dexterity for it, but it has the thrown property.
Well, yeah, I'll add my strength, and that's a plus 3. So that's 6 points of damage. And
the boomerang bounces between them like a pinball, and they fall. And what piddly remains of the bats, instead of attacking your crew, flee back to their burrows as you effectively punch through the 100 HP swarm of bats.
as I see them fly away, cowards! But you're only bats.
4 of them.
But you're only bats, so it's warranted. Well done, friends. As we're still falling, I assume.
Yeah.
Still falling.
Yeah.
As you're falling, that feeling that you were feeling through Marigold comes to you now. All of you. This pulsing. The air. Yeah.
Start to
begins
rave.
the air pushes and pulls. It feels like standing next to the bass stereo at a concert.
You're making me want to dance again.
Your bones rattle.
Dance anyway.
There is
make a fool of yourself like
something
me.
Here. There's something bizarre and in your head about this pulsation. But as you reach the bottom, you see the door, you see the ground. There is a fresh body. Another one of the bandits, perhaps. Just a man, leather clothes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we actually see this body through the pile of bats?
Yes.
Okay. Just needed to know.
It's a big room. You guys killed 96 bats. There's still plenty of room.
I'm going to start to run towards the door and then remember what happened with the last one and then stop. And I'm still inching towards it. And if you magic, you want to take care of this.
As you're walking, all you hear underneath his feet is crunching.
Squish, squish, squish.
I'm going to try to direct myself away from the bat pile before we land on it.
I'm clearing a path.
Using your umbrella, you guide yourself.
Any magic people want to handle the door?
I think you handled it quite well last time.
You're not wrong.
Let's make sure this time. I'll cast Detect Magic on the door.
There is magic on the door, but it is not a trap. It appears to be a ward of some kind, something to prevent magical energy from exiting.
I don't like that.
That's never good.
No.
I say we go in.
It is also worth noting, you, with Detect Magic, you see that there are 2 seals on the door. There is a lesser one, which is holding magical energy back. That's neat. That's great. And then there's a greater one that was here not so long ago. A greater seal that was holding something back that has broken.
I don't like that.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Truly.
I'm
truly
still,
the words of heroes.
Still inching towards the door.
This is not unlike the time I took down 4 or 5 sea hags all by myself. Another tragically marvelous story. I'll have to tell you about it sometime.
You're quite accomplished. Perhaps we should let you run headfirst through this door.
You know, that's a wonderful idea. Well, I haven't run headlong through a door since my kitten days.
Your kitten days. Oh my god.
Sure,
Do
yeah.
you know? Do you know? I need to tell you about a character later, Megan. Me and you need to talk.
I love stories. I put a pin in that, man. I want to hear your stories.
Catman, cat a pounce.
Pleasure.
Air pounce, he says. She says.
Yeah, so he's not so much gonna pounce per se. I mean the door is shut. He's he's not that dumb. So but I guess yeah he'll try to go. Yeah, he'll push the door.
Door opens easily. And as soon as the door opens, that vibration is stronger. You feel it up through the soles of your feet, through your knees and elbows and shoulders, your rib cage and breastbones.
Peepers.
And as you come in, it's not just physical. You start to feel something underneath, something that comes up out of your subconscious, something that is pulling back the blanket on your sanity just slightly. It's starting to make you feel emotions.
Ooh.
Each pulse is a different emotion. You feel happy, sad, ecstatic, passionate, angry, terrified. Each pulse a different random emotion.
He'll call back to the group. Oh, be careful. Tad spicy in here.
Very quickly, sorry. I know I keep interrupting, but we have more donations to call out real quick. We have quite a few of them. That's making me feel all kinds of emotions. So, from the previous donor, so from that point, we have Anwar, Emma, Anonymous, Michael, another Anonymous, Holly, and another Anonymous for $150. Then Niara, and two more Anonymous. So, yeah, if you are watching and you want to jump in the chat to let us know who you are, please do. I'm going to type the names up in the chat right now, but I would like to be able to credit people on their with their handles. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for your donations. This is fabulous. All right, back to the game.
So, as you enter and feel these emotions flooding you from an outside source, you see the chamber. It is a raised dais, staircase leading up to the center of the room. The most prominent thing is the tear, a 8-foot tall rip that's all you can see on the other side is black stones, golden lights, and hear voices shifting with each pulse, laughing, crying, screaming. There are people, individuals, crowded around this rip. And as they turn to face you, unfortunately, because of the dying scream of the orc upstairs, they are aware of your existence. There's something wrong about them. There is a euphoria in their eyes and faces, in their movements, and in how they look at you. They are ecstatic about something. Down here, down on the ground where you are, there are 3 individuals. There is a bugbear wearing scale armor that is interlocking over their chest. There is a Duragar wearing heavy metal plates covering leather strands and bands that cover the chest and knees and thighs. There is a small creature. Anybody who's willing, roll me an Arcana check real fast. We'll get back to that.
10.
At the top of the stairs, there are 4 individuals, 2 halflings bearing tribal tattoos over the faces and jaws, wearing leather armor that's been reinforced heavy over the shoulders and arms and backs. And there's a very tall, very thin tiefling man. Blonde mustache, goatee, hair pulled back into a ponytail. One horn, long, crooked, ending behind his head. The other broken, maybe only a couple inches. He's wearing opulent robes lined with fur, purple velvet. Then there's her. About 6'3", hair messy, braided in random places, thick black waves. Her makeup was done at some point. Heavy done mascara that has been faded and gone in tear tracks down the eyes, ending almost at the jawline. Black lipstick that was not taken care of. She has been eating and drinking without any kind of restraint or thought. It is now smeared, smudged, faded. It is only intact in small places. She's wrapped in felt and silk and fur. A turtleneck collar gone into broad, furred shoulders. Bare arms, very thick forearms and hands. Boots that go up to the mid-thigh, multiple buckles. And at her side, a great axe put into the ground. The haft made out of a dark wood, the blade made out of stained glass. The edge so razor thin that it seems to disappear. As they turn, it is her that speaks to you. Well, hi there. Brings you down here, pet?
We,
So-
oh, by all means.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we get a 24 on the Arcana check. I don't know if that
19 on the Arcana.
tells
I
me
appreciate
who this
it.
is.
The small female figure down here on the ground before the stairs before you, beside the Duragar and the bugbear. Hair pulled up into a high ponytail. Very small, maybe about yay big. Large ears, armor made out of iron and feathers and leaves and butterfly wings. This is a quickling. Its movements are rapid and erratic. It is pacing constantly. Its form of standing still is 1 foot, other foot, 1 foot, other foot, and it is fast.
Usually we'll just bow low to the entire party and address the lavishly adorned female and just say, "Oh, my lady, this is quite an establishment you have down here. Oh, it's simply marvelous. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Prithee, what has happened here?"
You haven't heard? Well, I can spin a tale for you if you've the time. She reaches down and yanks the great axe out of the ground, places it on her shoulder.
Unfortunately, we really don't have time for a tale. I mean to get paid before sunrise.
Sunrise. A wonderful time it is, huh?
Yes.
That's
yes.
actually the time limit that we have as well, interestingly.
And I assume that you're the ones who took the bell we so desperately need to get paid.
Bell? Never heard of any bell.
I'm certain you haven't. There's a certain spark that some people have, and I don't see it within you.
That is a shame. Well, as much as I love the conversation and having company in these final moments, the tear rips a couple inches wider as if to emphasize her statement. Glances at it, goes back to you. We are busy.
Oh, well, we're terribly sorry to interrupt.
Too busy to arm wrestle.
No, go ahead, Rosie. I want to hear what you have to say about that.
Nope, nothing.
It's lost for words.
Aishu's making goo-goo eyes at the big lady.
For you, darling, give me a couple hours. We'll see what we can do.
I don't know if we have that kind of time.
We really don't.
We'll have to find it.
I wouldn't know where to look. Looks around. Genuinely confused.
Pat is huge. It's all right, darling. It's okay.
Again, like at this point, like the forces down below, the bugbear, the Durgar, the quickling, they still have their hands on weapons, and they've spread out a little bit, forming a wall in front of the staircase going up.
Where's the tiefling?
Right beside her.
Mosley will address the bugbear. Say, well, you, sir, you fine, strong, strapping fellow. Perhaps you might explain what this huge rippy tear thing is all about?
He just up nods. Forgive me. We're a little on edge. The tear, as she falls down from below, or from up on the staircase, is salvation. It is an end to the gods and their games. It is an end to subservience. It is an end to devotion. The tear is freedom. An eternal freedom, not this weak, emotional, and physical.
Kind of reach up,
release.
kind of pull the hat down, pluck one of the stones from its band. It's a red corundum carved in the shape of a moth, and he's just going to kind of idly play with it in his fingers.
Roll me perception real fast, Rosie, as she dialogues. Again, any of you have anything to say, please let me know.
Perception is a 19.
The tiefling is playing with something in his sleeve. I, unfortunately, have to let this finish. I've made a deal after all. So, if you want to be dear ones, I'd be more than happy to give you your bell as soon as this is done opening up.
Kind of look to everyone, a bit of an apologetic look in his eyes. Come a light, chrysanthemum. Going to use his elemental gem. Summon a fire elemental. How far is the tiefling from me?
Tiefling is about 130 feet.
That's no good. Is there anyone within 90 feet of me?
Yeah. The bugbear, quickling, and a Durg are all about within
The little
40
one.
feet of you.
The little one.
The little one?
Because it's anywhere within 90 feet, and the fire elemental can occupy anyone's space.
Yeah.
Just send the tiny, the not tiny, it's a fairly large stone corundum moth in flight to that position, and then ignite in a.
At that, I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Like as soon as that is happening, Issue's in the middle of going, "We're going to have to fight, aren't we?"
Do you
We're
want me
gonna
to
have to fight, aren't we?
Do you want me to roll
yes.
for Chrysanthemum's initiative as well?
Yes, please.
Cool. Rolled better than me, but again.
Okay, hold on. Everyone keep your initiative. I'm going to ask, and I'm going to be in descending order, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Okay, 25 to 20.
Both me and Chrysanthemum.
Go ahead, list them.
Chrysanthemum has 22. I have 20.
I also have 22.
And your character, so you go first.
Yeah.
$20 to 15. Nobody.
Oh, no. High five, high initiative squad.
It's gonna be a 15 to 10.
13.
Oh, thank God.
Also
No,
13.
it was quiet. I was worried.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Megan?
Also 13.
Got you. I assume you have better decks.
+2.
Mine is only a +1.
There you go. Okay.
He's first.
Usually. Followed by Eshu. 10 to 5.
7.
Oh.
Got you. Well then. We're going to be starting the initiative with Belle.
Again. Okay.
You're so fast.
Can you describe once more, like, where people are
Of course.
from us?
You guys have just entered the chamber. It is long and ovular. There's this floor down below, and then there's a staircase leading to an upper floor. This floor is the Durgar, the Bugbear, and the Quickling. Upstairs, there is a pair of archers at the top of the stairs, and there is the Tiefling and the woman standing in front of the ring.
And this is already, like, after Rosie, like, we've seen Rosie do the whole summoning the elemental.
A gemstone moth has gone fluttering away. And
Okay. Belle's fast. She's gonna move to be just within that 30 feet of range of the Bugbear.
Yeah. That's like you only have to like move forward a little bit to do that.
Yeah. So she's still gonna keep her range. She's gonna heft her shield because this is just how she does things. And with her hand crossbow, ping, 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 3 shots.
Gotcha.
I like to
All
imagine
the Bugbear.
that she has just the extra bolts just in her hand, and she's just like almost like fanning the hammer.
Yep, because crossbow expert, you remove reloading.
She's so
Yep.
fast.
From behind her shield. Just
Yeah. It's a fun build, man.
I'm very proud of it. That's a 21 to hit the Bugbear.
Yeah. That surprisingly hits.
Okay. That's only a 12.
12 does not hit.
Okay. And that is a 19.
That hits.
Okay.
You do not get sneak attack.
I know that this time.
Yep. Oh, well, we don't have a surprise round? Yeah, I don't think so. They were very ready for us.
I have a cheat sheet
Fuck,
behind my DM's
garbage. That's
language,
still
ma'am.
plus 10, so 12 points of piercing.
I have a cheat
What?
sheet behind my DM screen that is literally titled "Does the rogue get sneak attack?"
That's
And it has
wonderful.
all of the situations in which a rogue would get sneak attack.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
it's a
I
very
think.
helpful sheet, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it
You
is.
fire the 2 crossbow bolts. The bugbear tries to pull up the shield at its side in time, and it can't quite. And one of the bolts tings off the shield. The other 2 go into the shoulder that is holding the massive morning star at its side. It is angry.
Hangy.
Is it angry? Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
How far did she have to move within 30 feet?
10 feet. You punk.
Yeah. Could move out of the way or move
Yeah,
back.
she's gonna back up.
Cool.
And she's gonna back up 10 feet.
All right, then we pull up. She pulls up, braces her back against the. Presses her back up against the wall and manages to keep some distance. It's going to put you like 45 feet away. So that brings us to the fire elemental.
Cool. So as soon as the first time it enters someone's space, they take 1d10 damage. There's no save.
Yep.
So let me just go ahead and roll his fancy
Please do.
6 points of fire damage. And then while occupied, Chrysanthemum's just gonna wail on him.
Yep. So first off, roll the d10.
That's 6 points of damage.
6 points. That is mean. How dare you?
Yeah.
I need you to roll. Each one's at disadvantage.
At disadvantage? Oh, because it's a quickling.
It begins to twist and blur as it rapidly tries to get away from this terrible thing stabbing it.
Well, they're both 14s with a +6. So
Both 14s with a +6? Yeah,
so
that
that's
hits.
20. So do you want me to roll both attacks and then roll damage, or
Just you go ahead, roll both attacks and roll damage.
okay, yeah, because it has 2 attacks. It's only an 18 on the second one.
That still hits.
Total. Okay, so
18 with disadvantage?
yeah, it was the lowest one was a 12.
Yikes.
It's got a +6 to hit. It's pretty solid. The first one is 12 points of damage, fire damage.
Okay.
And the second one is
because you if you want to move over and attack somebody else, the quickling, as it begins to pop, 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 is incinerated. It is beaten into the stairs and set on fire.
Rosie, from where he is, just offer a sweet kiss. Yeah, he'll go over and smack the bugbear.
Okay, cool. Roll me to hit.
Is he still at disadvantage?
No. God, no.
That's a 17 on the die. So 20.
17 on the die?
Yeah.
Just hits.
That's 23 in total.
Okay.
That's not as great. That's only 7 points of fire damage. And can he move into his space as well?
Sure.
That's another cool.
Only
We'll
that
do that.
D10.
Yeah. That's 7 more points of fire damage.
7 more points of fire damage? Absolutely. That is mean. Hey, Rosie.
Yeah. Cool.
Before you go, real quick, Hannah, Marilyn, Julia, and another anonymous. Thank you very much for the donations. Thank you so much. We got 20, 20, and 8. And 20. So
Nice.
awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Continue.
So how wide is the area?
About 40 feet wide.
Okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna work too well. So we're just gonna pull out.
Actually, forgive me. One of her allies just went down. Junie is going to use her legendary reaction to strengthen the pack. As soon as the quickling is incinerated and ashed onto the staircase, she, eyes wide, no! And the staircase cracks in places. The walls shake, little pieces of stone and mortar work pepper the ground. Everybody except for her, small blue shapes begin to circle them, all of her allies. You don't know what they do.
Okay. So you said her and the tiefling are up on the stairs about 130 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move up 10 feet, pull out a water dropper, put it, just a drop of water on his lips, begin the incantation, and just blow. I'm going to cast Tidal Wave in that area. It's 120 feet. It's an area 30 feet long, 10 feet tall. So,
okay, where are you pushing them?
Backwards. It doesn't. I don't think it pushes them. It knocks them prone.
Okay.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
We'll say, yeah, with the drop of water, he'll blow another kiss, and the tidal wave will come.
Perfect. Okay. Hers is not great.
Okay.
It is going to be. It's only going to hit the two of them. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. It is going to be a 9 on her.
That does not pass.
And then for the tiefling, that's a natural 1.
Okay, so they both take 48 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. So, that's good. At 17 at the moment, 22 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone.
22 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. That's pretty good.
And then he'll move back. Just kind of saunter backwards.
Okay. Okie dokie. You saunter backwards. That's not a problem. With that, it's going to be Junia's turn. Half of her movement, she pulls herself up, picks up the great axe. She's now soaked. She grabs her hair with one hand and just pushes it back out of her face, just letting it rest against her back.
Oh, and her poor makeup.
It was gone anyway. Yes. Cute. And she walks down the stairs 15 feet. She's going to use her action to dash, giving her an additional 30. Leisurely dash is what we're going to call it as she strolls down. She's going to use her bonus action just to second wind real fast, just to be irritating.
Rude.
Isn't it, though?
It is.
Isn't it, though? I think it's clever. And with that, that's going to put her 45 feet closer, which is going to put her much closer to all of you guys. And that's going to be the end of her turn. Which is going to be Muesli.
Awesome sauce. So, what I would like to know, two things. Roughly how far away would you say I am from the huge rippy thing?
From the huge rippy thing, I would say 130 feet.
Okay, cool. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the dimensions you said of how big the rip is.
40 feet wide.
40 feet wide. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Muesli has decided that if the rippy thing is potentially gonna cause whatever, he's gonna attack the rippy thing. he would like to shoot fireball into the rippy thing and blow it up.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's gonna choose to fail its dexterity save. Mind rolling me damage?
I'd love to. Lord
I
have
don't-
mercy.
I don't appreciate your tone here, Cody.
I've been rolling dice for so long. 8d6 fire damage. Okay. Increases by 1d6 for each spell slot above the third. Okay, well, no, I'm rolling it at third, so okay. So many d6s. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. "23 points of fire damage." On the rippy bit.
Okay, so that's gonna be 10 points of fire damage.
Ah,
You just said that right?
No.
23.
23. Sorry. 23 is much better. Real fast. Okay. The tiefling does succeed, so that's going to be 23 cut in half. It's going to be 11 points of fire damage to him, but still. That's right. Cut in half again. It's going to be 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. He wanted to attack the rippy thing. Anything else that gets hurt is like gravy.
Bonus.
Cats love gravy.
That's true. And hummus,
You-
oddly, but
Cast fireball, and the rip tears larger.
Oh, darn. I was
The-
hoping to make it collapse.
Pulse
yeah.
increases, starts to radiate through the chamber. Junie just looks over her shoulder. Thank you.
Ooey.
Meanwhile, the tiefling still prone on the ground. As he suddenly blasted away from the tear as it exploded.
Yeah, poor guy. Thrown on the ground and set on fire.
Thrown on the ground, set on fire. It's a bad time all around.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Muesli?
God's sakes, no. I made it worse. He'll just turn around and go, my apologies. That wasn't supposed to go that way. He is full of chagrin.
All right. Eshu.
All right. How many and of what type would you say are within, hypothetically, a 15-foot-ish cone in front of me?
15-foot cone. You, with the right positioning, you could, if moving, you could probably catch the bugbear, the fire elemental, and the Duragar. But in order to get the bugbear, you have to get the fire elemental.
How is he not resistant to cold damage? That's weird.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay. I mean, he's got a lot of hit points.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I'm going to. I love playing Dragonborn for this reason. If anybody's a fan of the C Team from Acquisitions Incorporated, I stole something from Ryan Hartman, aka Dinar Blitzen, that I love using for Dragonborn. So Aishu is going to kind of swing around to where she is positioned properly for the two that are about to get it, and she like 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 a cat yorking up a hairball, and then just ice breath out. I'm gonna use my breath weapon. It's a con 13 save.
How much con save?
Con 13. Start rolling damage because they still take half on a successful save.
Well,
So,
Chrysanthemum
Oh,
rolled
freeze.
a total of 4. It's a natural 1.
oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That does not
bugbear
make it.
got 18,
Okay, it didn't roll great damage.
but the Durgar rolled a 3.
So it's 11 points of damage to all to 2 of them, and then 5 to the one who saved. Yeah. And then sorry, as I got distracted by Discord chat because it's late and I'm getting tired. I would like to rage.
Wait.
I believe your Dragon's Breath is a bonus action?
Is it? I thought it was an action.
I think it's an action.
It
technically?
is. It is an action.
Cool.
Yes.
Right? How much cold damage did you do?
It was a total of 11.
Got you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Did the fire elemental make that save?
No, I already marked off the 11 damage.
Cool. Thank you.
Also, his name is Chrysanthemum.
Meh.
Don't meh him.
Meh.
Sorry, Chrysanthemum.
Meh.
I know what your plan is for the chrysanthemum, by the way. I know what it is.
My plan? What do you mean?
Yeah, don't worry. I have a
Whatever
backup
do you
plan.
mean?
So, as she rages, is there anything else?
No. No. That's her rage sound. That's her rage sound.
Excellent content.
Very, very Skeksis-esque of you.
Yeah, do you want to move up into that space or no? Like up into one of their grills or no?
Oh, sure. Why not? Yeah, let's jump up into the it would feel weird going after the Duragar. That feels sizest.
So as long as you're outside of 5 feet, you don't get burned by the fire elemental.
Then I think I'll go to the bugbear. That was the other one I got, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You pull up to the bugbear. Not a problem.
In his face.
So, it is the Mook's turn.
The Mooks.
Archer boys are going to be going next. Because the fire elemental is next to one of their allies, aka on top of one of their allies, they have advantage with pack tactics.
Yep.
So that's going to be a 22.
That hits.
And Halfling Luck, they're going to re-roll that one.
Oh boy.
That's going to be, it's not that bad. It's a 15.
To hit, that still hits.
Ooh.
Its armor class is only 13.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not terrible. You cut it in half, you'll be fine. So it's going to be 4 points of piercing damage cut in half to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be 3 piercing damage cut in half to 1.
Cool. He's looking fine.
Yeah, nothing. He's fine.
Yeah.
The Duragar. You were concerned about being sizest, correct?
I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Flaps and
I'm waiting for
flexes,
it. Yeah.
and he grows.
Yes.
10 feet, 11 feet, 12 feet tall.
Ooh. Oh.
Rolls its shoulders. It's going to move up. It's going to move up to you, and it is going to backhand you with the blunt hammer-like end of the war pick.
Oh, you just got tall.
You got considerably taller in a short amount of time. You must drink your milk.
You need some milk? I might.
Oh, please don't hurt me. This is the first hit is going to be 13.
A 13 just hits.
And the next one's going to be 16.
Oh, yeah. Weirdly, that one doesn't hit.
Surprisingly, it does not hit.
So strange.
That is strange. That I mean, well, you said your dex was not great, so that does make
No.
sense.
I have a +1 to Dex and no
That's
armor.
going to be 16 points of damage.
What kind of damage is that?
I'm gonna make it bludgeoning, so you can
So
set
it's
it half
halved.
your rage.
So 8 damage. Oh, still
Not
healthy.
bad, and then it's gonna be 5. It's gonna be another 7 cut in half to 3.
Still healthy.
As he just starts to hammer into you.
On a scale
Now.
of 67, I'm looking at about a 40.
All right, at the start of the bugbear's turn, he's going to take that D10. If you wouldn't mind rolling that for me, DeForest.
Yep. 10 points of fire damage.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's nice. That's toasty.
However, has other things to deal with, such as the dragonborn in front of it.
Yeah.
Nah, see? It is going to be, with the heavy morning star in its right hand, one loping swing. It is going to try and bring it down on your shoulders. 2 hits. That's going to be a 6 5 is an 11. Does not hit, I don't presume.
No.
My God. That's worse. That's an 8.
Sucks to suck.
It whiffs both times. It's having a terrible day.
He's currently on fire. Forgive him.
I won't.
Nope.
Brings us
Oh,
to
excuse.
JJ. Are you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Cool. Go for it.
All right. I'm actually gonna, as a item interaction, I'm going to drop one of my daggers to the ground, and I'm going to say I surrender. I'm going to put my hands up, and I'm going to back away. And then I'm going to cast Catapult on said dagger.
Yes.
And I'm going to aim that sucker right at the Duragar.
Please roll, and I believe it's a roll to hit.
Nope, it is a Dex saving throw.
Okay, he's not great at that.
Yeah. Honestly, with how big he is, he should be at disadvantage. Just saying.
It's an 11.
Oh, yeah.
You
Fair
don't
enough.
need it.
What level are you casting Catapult at?
Well, since I really didn't declare that, we'll just say first level.
Fair enough.
So let's
It's
see.
still good damage.
It's what, 3d8?
Yep.
Good solid damage.
Yeah.
We're back.
3, 6, 10 damage.
And damage? Okay.
10 damage total. I have an infusion which automatically brings my dagger back to me.
Cool.
And then,
As-
I have a second attack.
Mhm.
So
Catapult is a spell. Unfortunately, you can't do
Oh,
two
that's
spells.
Yeah.
dang it.
No, but for real though, I as soon as you dropped the dagger, I was hoping that was the build you went for. The rocket dagger is so cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's it for me then, I guess.
I mean, you will work. We'll get you a blink back belt. You'll get the rocket dagger build. Don't you worry.
Well, it already comes back to him.
Yeah, it's
part
already
of the
back to me.
equation.
Oh, that's fair.
So you should really put it on a gauntlet though. I'm just saying. Rocket Fist is the way to go.
So,
But it says item not being worn. That's the only reason I.
That's fair.
so the tiefling, his name is Primrose, is going to get up,
The War of the
soaked and
Roses.
singed, just cast mage armor on himself.
Is it worth it? Do you guys think it's worth? Is it worth being petty? Do you think?
Do it. Do it. Actually, he's way out of your range.
You
Way
do
out of
you.
your range.
Oh,
He's definitely out of my range for counterspell. Yeah, you're right.
so you do you, boo.
Yeah. To be fair, Rosie's a petty man, so he would have done it. But you're right. He's out of the range. So
He points. He is going to give enduring spirit
Oh.
to Unia.
Fine. I was prepping myself for a disintegrate.
I don't think
And
he's
then-
a high enough level for disintegrate.
With that
Maybe.
grace, he's just like, excellent, and turns around and walks farther up the stairs so that he's out of line of sight.
Coward.
Like if two of us said that.
Well, first off, at the beginning of the round, the now ripped open tear mist begins to pour out and flood down the stairs.
Don't like it.
Light pink in color with golden sparkles suffused through it.
Okay, I like that.
It begins
Hobert
to
likes it.
Yeah.
roil down the stairs. Floods the chamber. What I'm going to say is that we are going to do this one last round of combat whole way through. And no matter what happens, we're going to call it. And if possible, we're going to finish this at a later date.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so starting at the top, Bell.
Well, I'm going to attempt to finish it anyway.
You asked to be.
Never mind. We can't see the bell. That has been clarified.
You can see her though. You can see this Bell.
That's
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so yeah, she's gonna move up the 10 feet again, and she's gonna shoot the 3 times, and she is, because the last round especially, she's gonna shoot all 3 of them plus the distracting strike at the bugbear again.
It's sneak attack.
And she gets sneak attack. I did not proclaim it last time because we were against a swarm of bats. The next attack on the bugbear after me gets advantage. So,
Nice.
Which will be the fire elemental.
Yeah.
so let me roll these attacks real quick.
Just remember not to yell at your dice.
Yep.
We're very close.
Positive reinforcement.
21.
Ooh, yeah.
Peace.
21 hits, yeah.
Nice dice.
29 hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
26 hits.
Yes.
Peace.
Don't think a 13 does.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Very close.
It had to end sometime.
Yeah.
It did have to end at some point. Okay, so we're gonna roll our superior. However, all of that gets plus 15 to it.
Oof.
So superiority die, sneak attack. What's 19 plus 15?
34.
34.
34 points of piercing damage, please.
Nice. Nicely done. Holy crap.
Yeah. Pain is his existence.
And then she's gonna back up out of range again.
Easily done.
What was that on? What was all that damage to?
The bugbear.
That poor bugbear.
This poor bugbear.
I'll have to revisit her character after this because I was very proud of the build.
It's a good build.
Roleplay is strong tonight.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Fire elemental.
How far is everyone? So there's the Durgar who's also right
The
there.
Durgar's right next to you.
What about her?
Unia is, let's see here, so 130 minus 45. He says 95? No, I'm sorry, 85.
85.
From Chrysanthemum?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not from Chrysanthemum, it's less. It'd probably be like 65.
Still too far. Well, that's okay. Chrysanthemum is going to leave the bugbear space for a moment, but not his reach, I'm guessing.
Probably not yet, no.
Cool. Going to go move into the space with the Durgar to incite D10 fire damage.
Go ahead, roll me that D10.
6.
Okay.
It's important to note that they remain ignited until...
I'm aware.
Yeah. And then he's going to go back and punch the bugbear again. No! Yeah, we'll punch the bugbear. So first attack has advantage, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do it.
Natural 20.
Yep. Cool.
So that is going to be 4d. I'm just going to roll that first just to make sure.
Yeah.
19 fire damage.
19 fire damage. Got you.
The first punch. And second attack is a total of 18.
18. Okay.
Does this hit?
Yep.
Okay.
Barely, but yes.
And that is 11 more fire damage.
Aquila, thank you
Bugbear
for the
is-
$5 donation.
Thank you. The bugbear is beaten into the ground, is incinerated.
Good. And then I guess with the rest of its movement, just move back onto the Durgar, just kind of hug.
Glom.
Yeah, you know, they both occupy the same amount of space though, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then
Bick.
yeah,
Then Rosie.
yeah. Trying to decide what I want to do. I could just be cruel and throw more fire, but you know what? Since we haven't done anything like that yet, we're gonna pull out the entrails again, another thing of rhubarb, create the bow, rhubarb, pull and fire Melf's acid arrow at 3rd level.
Right, at whom?
At the Durgar. Well, what's its range? Its range is 90 feet, which is she within range for that?
Yes.
Cool. We're gonna shoot at Unia.
Cool. Do it.
Oop. Well, it's a 13 on the dice. I have +7, so 20.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Awesome. So it's going to be 5d4 poison damage or acid damage.
Go for it.
So that is 5, 11, 14 acid damage, and she's going to take an additional, I think it's 3. Both. Okay, so it is going to be 2 more plus the additional 2. So 4 more d4 next at the start of her round. Start of her turn.
Got you. So how much damage did you do initially?
14.
14. Got you.
It's not a lot for a 3rd level spell, but it's okay.
That's something, though. That's
Yeah,
something.
I mean, it also burns more. So.
And then the next turn is going to be what?
At the end of her next turn, she's going to take an additional. Oh, see, that's much better immediately. So that is another 13 points of damage.
That's what? I'm so sorry.
Another 13 points of damage
Sweet,
at the
thank you.
end of her next turn.
Got you.
And then Rosie is going to step out of the room, just back through the door.
What door?
It's as far back as he can go. Then.
Yeah, just worth noting. What door? So, is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Rosie?
No, he's blown out enough kisses. He'll just enjoy the havoc he's wreaking.
Of course. Legendary reaction. Because you've attacked her.
Fair enough.
The acid. Okay. Fine. Eshu,
Yes.
from your position, a secondary version of her drifts out of the mist. Tall. The paleness has been accentuated. Her hair is done up nicely. Battle armor on. She gently takes the curve of your snout and places one kiss on the tip of your nose. Would you roll me a wisdom saving throw, friend?
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right,
That's the
now.
suck.
Or I'll be kind.
Hold
Let's
on,
make
hold
it a
on.
charisma saving throw.
Hold on. Now I'm just double checking regarding rage because I am raging. I cannot be charmed or frightened while
Okay.
I'm raging. So
Okay.
if this is a
It
charm
is a charm
effect.
effect.
Nice.
I wanted to double check and make sure that I had that.
You're good.
She gave you a smooch, but you're too angry.
Yeah, because let's be real. Wisdom is okay. It ain't good. It ain't great though.
And it was changed to charisma, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be even worse.
Good. The spectral figure disappears. No worries. It is, however,
Mad
Unia's
to
turn.
likey. Yes,
Too mad to like.
I love it.
Let's see here. Okay. Perfect. She is pretty tired. She starts to run, sprinting down the stairs, taking them 2, 3 at a time. And then once she hits the very bottom of the stairs, she disappears and reforms directly next to you, Rosie. Not combat ready, just arms crossed, back against the wall. Hi.
Mm-hmm. You think you're the only one who can teleport?
Don't you worry about it, baby. I got you. That's going to be her turn as she used bonus action movement. Usually. You're right there.
Yeah, well, since she did me the favor of poofing up,
She's right next to you.
right next to me, we're just gonna pull out our super special thingamajigger I like to call my green flame blade.
Yeah.
Do it.
We're gonna pull
Do
that
it.
out. We're
Do
gonna pull
it.
that out, and it's gonna do. Let's think do. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where'd my D20 go? What the hell? There it is. Oh boy. Well, listen, I'm just sad now. There's no way a 13 hits.
13? No.
I didn't think so. That stinks. I mean, that's a cantrip.
Yeah, I think it's still an action though.
It's still an
is.
action.
If you have any bonus action spells, you can do them.
Meh. Two weapon fighting.
Unfortunately, it only counts if you used a weapon attack for your first attack. Bonus action does not give you an attack if you used a cantrip.
Not even with my claws.
Come on, just one punch.
I'll let you get a punch in. Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Punch her.
Let me get a little bit of dignity out of the. I mean, I made it worse the last time. Oh God, no.
That's entirely fair,
No,
Megan.
that was even worse. I have
Oh,
no
no.
dignity. My dice hate me again. It's all right. I had a good run.
It's okay, Lieutenant. We believe in you.
Yeah,
Well, actually, Lieutenant, I don't know what rank you were.
Muesli's just failing. Leave him be. He's gonna go off into a corner and dork up a hairball or something.
So what did you roll? Do I want to know?
It was a 7.
No, it does not.
Yeah, my dice are back to totally hating me. I'm shunned.
No.
I'm straight up dice shunned right now. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm not even mad.
Got you. Okay, in that case, Eshu. We got like 3 minutes left.
Yes. Sorry, I just have to do that every time. Let's see here. Just for funsies. Let's go ahead and
The Durgar's still there.
yeah, let's go ahead and take out the Duragar if I can. So I'm gonna swing with my glaive. I'm gonna make this a reckless attack.
Yeah.
Good,
So
good.
I get advantage and they get advantage against me.
Sweet.
It's gonna hurt a bit. Okay, first one was not great. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Nice.
Ah,
Nice.
yes.
Okay,
Okay,
roll the
all right.
damage. He is not living this.
All right, get that D10. Beautiful, beautiful D10. And that's a 10 on the die. Let me just double check. Oh, I can make another hit too, because I have. Oh no, that would be if I frenzy raged, which I did not do.
You get an extra attack at 5th level for barbarian.
Actually, yeah, you should have a second attack as
All
barbarian.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and calculate the damage for the first. That's 20 plus 24 points of damage.
Ow.
Still up?
Incredibly, with 1 HP, he stands.
To be fair, you can leave him alone and he will burn to death.
That's what you want. But is that what Eshu would do?
That's true.
No, no. Like honestly, she would probably just punch him to death just to put him out of his misery.
Do it.
So still reckless. Oh, I'm so glad because that was a nat 1. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. Another D10. Not quite as good, but that is still going to be 11 points of damage, and that is
More than enough.
Still slashing.
You break his neck with a punch.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, movement. You want to head back there and try and bonus action attack Junia?
Oh, yeah, why not? I mean,
Sure.
I have 40 feet of movement speed, so.
Dum, 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 dum. Yeah.
All right. Do I already have advantage? Never mind. Because of reckless. Oh, okay. It's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Yep, hits.
Man, this is much better. So 9 points of damage for this one.
Nice.
Yeah. What ho?
What'd you call me? Anyway.
No.
Anyway, that would be Eshu's turn. The goons, which there's only 2 of now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a target for sure. It's a fire elemental. It's a 14 to hit.
That hits. Why would they pick on Chrysanthemum like that?
That's a 16 to hit.
That also hits.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
That's an 8 cut in half to 4.
Okay.
That's a 4 cut in half to 2.
That nice. You're doing it.
That's that. JJ.
All right. So the tiefling woman's behind us now?
The human woman.
She's human.
The human woman, okay.
All gaunt.
She teleported behind us?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to draw my revolver.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and shoot her.
Go for it.
And I know you use the misfire feature, so hopefully I don't botch this. That's a 24.
It's definitely.
Fine dice here. There I'll go. Oh, there it is. That's 14 damage.
Cool beans.
And second attack, I'll use my Predator Firebolt thing. Oh, that's a spell. Never mind.
Yeah, can I use the second round of the
Yeah,
revolver?
I'll just use the firearm again. That is a 15.
No.
All right.
The first bullet cuts the cheek. The second one slams into the chest, and it hits and pings. There's something metallic underneath those thin wrappings.
I keep forgetting about my my Pomeranian. It whacks on my bonus action. Do I still get my bonus action?
No, if you use your bonus action, it attacks.
Okay, yeah. So I will have do the force empowered rend on the what'd you say her name was? I keep forgetting. The woman.
Julian. Yeah.
Let's see. It's actually a 21.
21?
Yep.
Not bad. The hits.
And 10 force damage.
Perfect. All right. That brings us to Prim's turn, but Prim will be acting another time. If you want to catch the end of this adventure, which is when the gods aren't watching, please roll on by to our Twitch channel, One Drop for Flint, and we'll be finishing it in the next couple weeks, probably.
What a way to promote
Well,
the
maybe-
channel. Well done.
Maybe more in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe
that was good.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It was a good segue. I
Yeah.
liked it. All right.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Can you read the donations for me?
Yeah,
Maybe-
let's find out before we end.
Yep. Let me see if we got any new ones coming in. So the last one was nope. We're still sitting at the same that we were. So the total for Little Miss Flint fund right now is sitting at $164,345. I have not been keeping a tally of the totals donated during our game because it's difficult to confirm which ones were coming from actual viewers and which ones are just being donated by other people. But we do know that we had 375 confirmed. I'm definitely assuming that number has gone up quite a ways, but even so, that puts us over the $2,000 mark for total funds donated so far between our August event and this one. So thank you so much. That money will be going to Little Miss Flint and the HydroVive clean water filtration systems that are being installed in the homes of people in Flint, Michigan, and then in other parts of the country as well, because not only Flint but America has a water crisis, and we are hoping to change that with your help. So thank you. Check us out if you feel like it on twitch.tv/1drop4Flint. We stream every other Sunday, every Tuesday, Monday, and hopefully soon on other days as well. But Twitter for scheduling.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I got. Anybody else?
No, I think you covered it pretty great.
All right, cool. Thank you guys so much again. Yeah, that's
Have
it
a
for
good
us.
night, yeah.
Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, and thanks for the Thread Raiders for having us here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you guys very much. Sorry for the swears.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
sorry. But yeah, if you want to hear us in all of our uncensored glory, come to our channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
All right,
Have a
guys.
good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.